Well, good afternoon, viewers, and a very warm welcome to Cabra Bowls for round 9 coverage of the TAB Platinum Pennant, season number 3, and joined in commentary tonight, the ever-reliable Jason Pinnock, always called upon for Platinum. Good evening to you, Jace.
Good evening, Lee. Good to be here tonight, mate.
And we're lucky enough to be joined by Australian Jackaroos head coach Gary Willis. Good evening, Gaz.
Thanks, Lee. You said warm evening, did you? Warm evenings for everyone. Certainly not that.
We'll touch on the conditions in a little while, but yeah, wet and windy in Sydney here this afternoon. But we said it is a Cabramatta home game. You can see players well advanced into their trial ends. So it's the Cabramatta Bullants taking on the Soldiers from Soldiers Point. And an interesting battle tonight here, guys, with ladder positions. Plenty of things can go on. And Jace, for the Soldiers, currently sitting in 7th. Could go one or two ways for them. They can bounce right up and be in finals contention there, as you see on the ladder, or it can get a bit dicey with a couple of losses over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Lee. Soldiers Point new to the competition this year, and I've got to say, pretty good season so far. They'd be pretty happy with where they are, but they've still got a lot of work to do. They don't want to drop down into that relegation area. They're a bit of a chance of top 5 as well. So, their season can go one of two ways tonight, really. So, looking forward to this match.
Absolutely. And Gary, you know these Bullants oh so well, and they're sitting there 5 wins, 3 losses. Not quite secured for finals, but a win tonight sets them on in a pretty good way for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, 100%. They'll be really determined to climb the ladder. Obviously stay in that top 5, but get even higher. So, crucial game for both teams, and just full of, past and present stars. It's going to be fantastic, I think. Great match.
As players shake hands, the skips to play their trial ends. We'll go now to some interviews. We caught up with players from each team ahead of this afternoon's game. And first of all, from Soldiers Point, 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡. And Terry, you spent some of your early career at St John's Park. Any lasting rivalry coming back to Cabramatta for tonight?
No, I don't think so. Not really. They're all new people at both clubs now, so just happy to be down here.
And earlier on in the season, you knocked off one of our former champions in Merrylands. Obviously got the chance to do the double tonight and potentially take out both previous champions first year in for Soldiers Point.
Yeah, look, that'd be great for us if we could do that, but we're under no illusions. They're a very strong side. They've got international players sprinkled all through it, so we know what the job's going to be, but we'll give it our best shot.
And we've just had the ladder up on screen. The Soldiers in an interesting position. Could go one or two ways. A really good weekend could see you in the top 5. A couple of losses could see a real relegation battle. How do you process things leading into what's a big weekend for the club?
Oh, look, I think most of us have spent a few hours during the week looking at all the different scenarios. But like everyone says, you can take one game at a time. That's about the best we can do. We think if we can win 2, that'll keep us out of relegation. If we can do that, then we'll try to go for the top 5.
Fantastic. Thanks, Terry, and best of luck in preparations leading into tonight. And joining us now from the Bullants, Jamie Lee Warstop. And Jamie, you've built a reputation as probably one of the best leads here in the competition. For all our viewers watching on at home who sometimes get told that leading's not important, what advice could you give to those people?
Thanks, Lee. Leading's really important. I think the jack position also really helps. So where you want the jack to start with, and I think you really got to nail your first 2 bowls, and if you miss, get past, so you give your skipper a chance leading up to the back end.
And there's some of the tactics you might come in tonight. Obviously, earlier in the week, the plans were to be on the grass screen, but as people will see throughout the coverage, conditions not ideal tonight, so we've moved under the undercover. What differences do you have to change to play well on this surface?
I think we do know as a team our carpet here, which does come into play a little bit. It is raining here back home, so we're very fortunate to have the carpet which we can play on tonight. I think we just got to put our best foot forward tonight, and we know a few little tricks and tips, but I mean at the end of the day it's anyone's game. It's blowing a gale here, so I think it's going to be really tricky tonight, and just see what happens.
And always been great to see with the Bullants such a strong female representation. It's great to see for the competition. How's it feel being part of this elite comp?
It's my third platinum season this year, and I'm privileged to be a part of it. And it's great to see so many females across different teams playing and competing in the sport, and it's really good to see.
Well, very best of luck to your Bullants tonight as well. And there we are. So we've heard now from our key competitors from both teams, and we're underway now very shortly with end number 1. So action underway now in end 1, and of course, as Jason alluded to, the first time in the competition for Soldiers Point. So the first Platinum Pennant meeting between these two clubs, and as we watch some of the lead bowls get underway, we'll bring up our team list graphic for you here in just a moment. You'll see the players we have featured on the rink. And Gaz, as the Cabra stalwart you are, do you want to go through the home team?
Yeah, no problem. So leading up on the TV rink, we have Jamie Lee Warsnop, followed by Jack Smith, Jack Lewis, Aaron Wilson, Michael Phillips leading up for Nick Cahill, James Reynolds and Jay Bruce in the middle, Jesse Cattell, Ben Moorthorpe, Karen Murphy and Carl Healy is the Cabramatta lineup for tonight.
Plenty of international stars, you said, and Jace at Soldiers Point, been a good start to the year for them, and some big names amongst their side as well.
Yeah, and this should be a good battle here on this rink tonight. Leading up, Tony Hinton, Andrew Henry, Terry Antrim and Leif Selby. His resume is quite long, we all know about Leif. Second rink, Gavin Kelly, Adam Gleeson, Blake Signal and Brad Pavey. And in the last rink, Daniel Clark's leading up with Mark Shepherd, Warren Shipley and Sheldon Bagri Howley. Notable out, Indy Conlon tonight.
And unfortunately, Indy trapped following some commitments in Melbourne earlier on this week, and just flights situation with some wild weather around the country didn't work out for him. So, see, play underway here on end number 1. It is the white and purple bowl of Andrew Henry alongside the Jack. Early days, but a couple here to Soldiers Point early on. And Gary, we're going to call on your local knowledge here quite often during the evening, but already straight away all players getting down this club side of the rink when they've got their chances on a draw shot.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is a good hand, and this rink is a really nice rink to play on, so it's a nice turn on both hands. And Jason and I did talk earlier in before the game started. It's a really tricky carpet to grab hold of because it's very weight sensitive. So you've got to know the shot you're going to play and commit to it. Anything in between will absolutely punish you. So it's an interesting surface.
You see the shot there from Jack Smith for Cabramatta. It was really forceful, and was obviously told to play through to the ditch and gave it a good chance.
It's actually really interesting, Lee. I reckon Cabramatta probably would have liked to play on their grass up the top if they had their choice, but the weather didn't turn out that way for them, knowing that Soldiers Point come off an artificial surface at home too. So maybe playing to Soldiers Point, hands a little bit, help them with that home ground advantage against them. But as I say, it is a very different surface to play on. Nothing wrong with it, but very, very weight sensitive. So they'll have to be on their game straight away. Plenty of experience though, so they should work that out pretty quick.
And Jace, we saw through the practice, pretty gusty here, and Jamie Lee mentioned in an interview there earlier on, it's not going to be easy out here tonight. The wind directly behind them going one way and right up into it facing the other.
It is, so the direction they're actually delivering to, it's probably in their face there at the moment. It's a little bit of that headwind, tailwind situation. But Gaz would probably know as well, looking at some of the structures around here, I reckon it might nearly have a little bit of a swirl as well.
Jack Lewis, it's a hit and run on. Does enough for shot. Just caught a feather off the front bowl, but he was pretty close without it.
Yeah, you're right, Jace. Depending on which way or which direction the wind is blowing, it can wrap around the clubhouse. It can form some tricky little funnels, and sometimes you can scratch your head all night and wonder where the hell they're going. But yeah, it's probably not too bad if it's into your face. At least it gives you a consistent line. Not as swirly, but difficult all the same. Always difficult into a headwind, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage it.
Terry Antrim here for Soldiers Point, drawing out on his back end. Pretty good weight there to kick things off in his opening bowl.
Yeah, it's just given Leif another good bowl in the head, and that's just the experience of 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗡, probably one of the greatest seconds to ever have played for, I know he's playing third tonight, but one of the greatest seconds to ever have played for New South Wales and Australia. Had a few games for Australia too. So, yeah, his experience playing with Leif is a force to be reckoned with, really, even though they're probably past their representative careers. They still wouldn't be able to place if they were still in a New South Wales or Australian kit.
Yeah, absolutely. 108 games for New South Wales, Terry played, and one of a select group to get more than 100 caps, as is the man you see on screen there, Leif 𝗟𝗡𝗩, another one of those. 129 games for New South Wales, and of course 160 games for Australia, including a world singles title in 2012.
Yeah, just with that bowler 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗡 in the head, they've got second shot, so he can afford to arrive on this. If you can get Jack Lewis's bowl on its run, looks like he's just a little high.
A little high, isn't it? So that's notable. That side just holding a little bit, isn't it, compared to the other side, as we spoke about earlier. Players come to this club side early, they did.
It's such a hard shot to play on this surface too, that just that yard of weight, whereas outside on the grass you can play that yard, you know, all the time. We played all the time, but on this carpet it's very, very hard shot to play.
Disco is pretty well down. Just slid on through, but himself some good position there.
Yeah, and Leif has to be really careful here. Slice of the jack is not good. If he gets a slice of the jack and gets caught on the green bowl, he could be in a world of hurt with Aaron Wilson having another bowl remaining.
Might be what they're discussing here at the moment, Harry, about where they go. They just try and draw the shot or go a bit firmer. A couple of good bowls in there. They do have the one next to the shot bowl, that black colour bowler Tony Hinton's as well. So a couple amongst it. If he wants to go a little firmer, they have a bowl down on the back corner of the rink as well. Yeah, I think he's going to switch to the forehand.
Interesting choice here. We may see a little bit of weight coming down here.
Yeah, he's decided just to play the shot. He knows that Aaron Wilson will play it anyway.
It's close here. Leif, oh, he has threaded it.
Even getting past the jack and clipping the green bowl was enough. So Aaron Wilson just trying to trail the jack back to his first. About a metre past where it is at the moment. If he can get the jack.
He's got caught on that high side too with that extra bit of weight.
Unsurprisingly, he had perfect weight for the shot. Stays out wide, so it's Cabramatta who score first on to end number one. And gents, I'm pleased to say that just looking past the structure here, the skies are brightening. The wind's getting a little bit less, but skies are brightening, so hopefully we're in for a more pleasant evening than when we arrived here a little while ago.
Hopefully it brings about another 15 degrees with it too, Lee. That'd be nice.
Well, I left Orange late this morning, thinking that Sydney might be a lot nicer than this, but hasn't proven to be the case so far. I think you were looking on earlier, you reported some snow around other parts of New South Wales and Victoria as well.
You can feel it. You can feel it in the breeze.
I thought it was meant to be about Anzac Day that things started to cool off.
Yeah, that's generally the way, isn't it? Generally, first frost in around Anzac Day. In certain parts.
Well, of course, slightly earlier start here for the Cabramatta home games. 5:30 p.m. local time, and we'll get you some scores later on during the evening. All other round 9 games commencing at 6 p.m, so about half an hour away at the moment.
Quite notable, even going back in the opposite direction. The Leeds are still picking this club side of the green.
those conditions. About 25 kilometre-an-hour winds. It is easing every few minutes we go by. At 15 seconds this green, Gary, that seems pretty friendly, but as you said, you're just trying to pick those lines. Going to be the important part as all 4 bowls there across the head there. Down in number 2.
I think I might question the 16 degrees Celsius though. Take the one off the front and might be closer.
I was just going to say, how good's our production crew? Because we've got everything here. We've got everything at our disposal. We've got weather conditions, we've got green conditions. We just need the key and the pitch lead during the interviews, and we'll have the whole lot. Yeah, it's funny.
We get stuck on these synthetic surfaces. The club staff might go crook at us.
They don't like the key in the pitch. Yeah, it's interesting, as you say. They've both leads have gone to that backhand, and just with that little bit of breeze tailing, it's an exaggerated turn as it is on this hand generally as a rule. So with that little bit of breeze behind it too, it's just whipping them across. But it's always the go-to hand. You know you're always going to get back to the centre line. So therefore, once you get back to that centre line, find the centre line consistently. Your weight, you can find your weight pretty well then too. So, or these players can anyway. I can't, but these players can. I can't help but think, guys, that this, to Soldiers Point, they need a good start. Their engine room, their front two, need to be good on these rinks to keep their back two, who are, we've got a heap of experience in their back end players, but their front end's going to be the key tonight, I think.
Oh, absolutely, because we know they've got the back end, as you said. 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘 can turn anything around and convert anything he wants to on his day.
Andrew Henry on the mat. Current Soldiers Point singles champion, so surely up to the task. Was it Taran Point a couple of years ago? Has made the move north to Soldiers Point. He actually defeated Tony Hinton, who was playing lead in their club final. So hopefully on the back of that, we've got 2 pretty good draw bowlers up front there for Soldiers Point to do exactly what you're saying, Gary.
Yeah, my question is, what happened to Shippo?
It's about out early.
Yeah.
Evening to everyone tuning in. Mark from the Philippines. I'm assuming it's a bit warmer there than we are here at the moment. Sue watching on, formerly of Cabra, now at Soldiers Point and cheering on the Soldiers. So good evening to you as well, Sue, and for everyone else watching on. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. If you have just tuned in, and number 2.
It's a great bowl there by 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡.
Didn't take long for the old master to work out the backhand.
Yeah.
1 bowl. straight on it with a toucher.
Experience counts for a lot, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Aaron Wilson is called for aggression straight away.
Jack Lewis just missing through the gap and wide, but clear to see though, Gary. They knew what weight they wanted to play. They didn't try and just play that half a metre pass, did they?
Yeah. There's no sort of fiddling about. I think you really got to commit to the shot, and generally, more weight is better on this stuff. Sometimes you get forced into that shot and you have to try and play the perfect one, but generally, if you need to disturb a head, more weight is better. So I can guarantee you Aaron Wilson won't be short.
We've got the 2 bowls there catching behind for both Jamie Lee and Jack, so good to play too. Softer than what Jack Lewis played, just trying to get that perfect bend.
Playing that swinging weight, isn't he? Oh, we tell you, wasn't far off, really.
It's really interesting. You see on that hand the 2 weighted shots that were played on the backhand coming into the wind, left high and dry on the tighter side, and the same here. So 2 runners and both missed wide. Sometimes on this stuff you've just got to believe what you see, and it's hard to get through our thick heads that's the go-to. You've just got to believe what you see sometimes and just give it a go.
Looks like Leif's going to get down towards the back of the rink. Quite a bit of cover. A couple of good bowls in there. One of Andrew Henry's there, the white and purple up to the left of the Jack, that could be hanging on for second shot.
firmer.
It's very close.
It's on a tighter line too.
Close.
It's close here. Great shot.
Wow, what a shot.
And it locks in on Jamie Lee Worsnoff's bowl at the back as well. See here on the replay, gets off the shot bowl onto the jack and it catches on that bowl of Jamie Lee's.
That's what you call teamwork, isn't it? You know, Mr. and Mrs. Wilson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing, Gaz. You beat me to it. Matchmate Evan could be. It's definitely 2 shots, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's 4 at the moment.
It might be, yeah.
2 of Jamie Lee's, one of
Oh,
Aaron's.
the green one
Jack,
is
and
Aaron's.
the green of Jack Lewis to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just went with that firmer weight. He made sure of it. Was no good as it was, 2 down, and now Leif Selby's left with a really tricky draw shot. Probably try and beat the green one just to start with and just cut it down to 2 at least. If he happens.
Line.
Yeah, he's
Looks
under the line
here, doesn't he?
He might get a bit of luck here.
Oh, he did get a little run off, but
Certainly their closest. See what the outcome is. It's going to be Cabra to score. Find out how many in a moment. 3 was the count.
yeah.
So a conversion from Aaron Wilson. They jump out to a 4-0 lead here on our feature rink. See those other scores starting to come in as well. Carl Healy, 3-shot score on their first end, and Brad Pavey keeping things turning over on the board for Soldiers Point.
That Healy and 𝗥𝗡𝗨𝗡 game should be a good match over there. 𝗥𝗡𝗡𝗨's actually had a pretty good record with Soldiers Point this year. He started off playing, I think he started off playing 3rd early in the season, swapped to the skip's position. And I haven't got all the details in front of me, but I know I've gone through some results and I've noticed that he's won his rink a lot. So, and as we see there, just updated on the board, he's picked up a 4. So.
Yeah, well, Sheldon's well credentialed. He's a New Zealand international. There's another one here too, Blake Signal on the middle rink, so a Kiwi international as well. So, along with Terry and Leif, Australian representatives, we've also got Adam Gleeson in the middle rink, who played for Australia many moons ago, as well as Brad Pavey, who's in the current emerging Jackaroo squad. So plenty of good credentials in the Soldiers Point team too.
Absolutely, they have. Listen to that. Wow.
Plenty of people tuning in this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the early end coverage so far. Vince from Leppington, not too far away from here. He's probably had their share of rain an hour or so ago, and hopefully easing off like it is here in Cabramatta. Ian Whaling watching on in Tahiti. Nice 27 degrees over there.
Doing it tough. Doing it
tough. David Baker is probably a lot nicer up in Queensland than it is down here as well for you. Glenn Dixon, well, I think when we were on air a few weeks ago that Glenn played against your mum in Pennant, Gary, and if memory serves me right, I think she gave Glenn a bit of a touch-up that day, so he's hoping for a little bit of
it was on the radio. Oh, they're on again this weekend, are they? Okay. Very good. All the best, Glenn. All the best. I had a roll-up with Mum through the week, and the first end she put down a wrong bias. I'm sorry to do this to your Mum, but she did get a 2 against me on that end.
Not so, 2-bowl singles,
so,
hopefully.
Yeah, well. It might have well have been.
Jamie Lee holding shot here at the moment, end number 3. That's a terrific player, Jamie Lee, part of the narrowing squad that's heading off to Scotland next month. 4 Nation series over there, so she'll be doing her best to put a name in front of the selectors for future opportunities. Of course, a big year, well, a big sort of 18 months, Gary, isn't it, for the squads with Commonwealth Games and then leading into World Championships in 2027.
Yeah, very, very busy program all round, isn't it? You know, the club level, the big club events that they've got on these days as well. several big tournaments right throughout the state. Then you throw in the state representative stuff, and then they're playing pennants all over the place. And yeah, it's just it's a bowls fest, isn't it, really? You know, so yeah, no, but it has been hectic, and it will continue to be. It's right through that period. So world champs right off the back, 12 months after Common Games has made it interesting as well. Usually we have a 2-year gap, but it's even busier this period. So.
Well, he's just got to navigate the front one. Unfortunately, hasn't. Opened it up there now for him to draw a shot down there. I imagine that's where Jack will be looking to get to.
Of course, Jack Lewis in that emerging squad for Australia. Been sitting there a little while, and yeah, we all know the talent that's in our country, but tough to make it to the next step. But he's obviously doing enough to still be in the mix, and you know, there's always opportunities that can open up via selection and even retirement along the way. And if you're in that second tier, all you can do is keep producing and doing all the right things, and hopefully you get that chance when the time comes.
Yeah, well, he's done some great things over the last few years. He won a state singles, he won a state fours last year, I think, was it? You know, we sent him over to New Zealand for the Oceania Challenge. He won a couple of gold medals over there, so he's certainly putting his hand up. And yeah, it is a tough school though, Lee. It's you know, you think you need to break into the 3 or into the 5. First, you've got to get into the 10. You know, so it's a big journey. It's a big ask, and it's one of the toughest teams in the world to make the Australian team. So. He's still in there, still in the mix, as you say. Good shot here.
Your own bowl coming up, drops in.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
really starting to close things off, isn't it?
I think we might nearly see some weight here from Soldiers, because there's not much of a path in there.
Yeah, I think you're right here, Jace. He has got a little bit of weight on this. He's just trying to make a connection.
Yeah, trying to open something up for his skip.
Oh, hang on, he didn't have any weight on it.
No, he didn't, did he?
Yeah. It looked quicker out of the hand, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Well, it's another one in the head there.
Lance holding, 1, possibly 2. See Aaron Wilson go back to the mat. We talk about Commonwealth Games, of course. Aaron Wilson, one of the names that comes to mind over the past couple of editions. Reigning 2-time singles gold medalist. Wins at both the Gold Coast and in Birmingham.
He will be looking to land this bowl of Tony's or Turney's own. Jamie Lee's or Jack's. I think he's just left it behind.
Yeah, he just has, yep.
I think that breeze is just having that bit of impact there, Jace, because
out
of the hand they actually look quicker, and they're pulling up really quick there, back into the nose of the breeze. So.
And if anything, guys, it's actually turned from when we arrived. The end they're playing now was heavily downwind, 60 to 90 minutes ago, when players first came out to practice here this afternoon. So it's turned 180.
So Leaf now down on this tighter hand. There is a track down there.
They're having a good look at it.
It's very weight dependent, as Gary said earlier, and I tell you what, Leif Selby, that's a mighty effort, that is. Takes 30 centimetres off that, he draws the shot.
Disco took plenty of time on the mat then, 1.2 seconds I think it was, and he's close.
Still had the right connection now.
Yeah, well, that's another one for Cabra now. That's at least 2.
None of those angles look great. I think they've just got to decide now. Are they going to go firm through the front, or as you mentioned, Jason, just try and beat his last one slightly on the draw?
Yeah, I mean, how do you try and lose 30 centimetres of weight on this? But if anyone can do it, Leif Selby can.
Yeah, I'd back him every day of the week, whatever he's going to do. It is a tough shot. It doesn't look great, does it? I wouldn't. You're looking at that backhand like he played an extremely good shot to get where he got to with his first bowl. So I'd imagine he'd probably try and play something similar, wouldn't he?
I think so. It looks with the weighted shot through these connections at the front that it wasn't going to get the green bowler Jack Lewis out of the head anyway.
No.
So Leif Selby 2 down.
It's on that draw line. Or actually, he's a little bit higher this time, I think.
I think he's quicker too, Jace. Yeah.
So 3 consecutive ends to Cabramatta as they score another 2 to go out to a 6-0 lead.
Big start here from the Aaron Wilson rink. The unsung heroes, this lady up front, Jamie Lee Warsnop. She does a fantastic job. Any team she plays in, she just sets the platform all the time. I've watched her in the BPL. Very big unsung hero. She just goes about her work. She's not that superstar in the media sort of personality, but she does a job that not many people can do.
No, she's a quality player, Jace. You're spot on there. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago, Platinum, the year that we actually won it, she was outstanding. She just got better and better and better and was by far and away the best player in our team. And then you look at, as you say, things like BPL. Cabramatta have won a couple of their own 4-sides, and she's been heavily involved in that and just outstanding up front on the mat. She does it so well.
Yeah.
She's had a really good few years, and she's in the mix for Com Games selection, of course. She'll head over to Scotland with 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏, Dawn Heyman, Ellen Fife and herself as part of that squad. So, right in the mix for Com Games selection, which would be her first Com Games. So, yeah, really exciting stuff.
I'm glad I'm not the selectors telling someone to sit out amongst all them, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Not an easy job.
Can't we talk to the Com Games Association and get a 4s ring or something? Tick all 4.
Lee, please, yes, please. Yep, worst job in the world, that's for sure.
Jamie Lee made a name for herself 2014, Australian indoor singles winner. Only 17 years old at that point.
Textbook leading here, Jamie Lee.
Just knows her role so well. As you say, puts a lot of time into the game as well. She actually mentioned to me before the interview that we're keeping a keen eye on the forecast leading into tonight's game, and it was meant to be, as Gary alluded to earlier, up on the grass screen here at Cabramatta, but conditions over the past few hours didn't lend itself to that. But Jamie was well ahead of that 2 or 3 days ago and has been rolling up here on the carpet even through the fine conditions over the last 2 or 3 days, knowing what the forecast looked like for this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not like they just come out and jump straight into a game of bowls. They're well planned. They train for it. They're not silly. They're well prepared, so they put a lot of effort into it. And just, the first 2 bowls she's played, Jack Smith far away, right on the jack there.
Yeah, brilliant.
But straight away, as you said, Lee, she knows a role. So she's drawn a bowl close, and you could see that she's actually forced her bowl out on a higher line just to cover that bowl, not to set up a target, not to, make it any better for them than it already was. She just knows her role so well and plays it so well. So.
Andrew Henry here, how far does he go?
He's got the run. He's just a slightly bit narrow, but very good effort.
See now whether they want to leave those angles there for Soldier's Point to work off. Whether he wants to change it up. Yeah, same bowl was the call. Beat him to the shot.
I think in your head, you wouldn't really want to turn the Jack Smith bowl. You'd want to turn the wing bowl more, and then if you sort of pass that, well, it's a perfect setup, isn't it? You sort of don't want to get that one, peel it off the jack and give him a shot at the jack if you can help it. But I think in saying that, he's done exactly that. As I watch it run down, it's just turned his own bowl. Probably not all bad. Yeah, not all bad. Yeah.
Left those bowls short of jack high.
Yeah. If you got it on the other side, it probably would have been worse, wouldn't it? But that's not all bad.
Soldier's Point can choose any weight they want down to these 2 bowls now. That's probably the downside of that shot.
Yeah.
Won't be dead draw in the shot now. You do need to be trying to turn those bowls.
Good effort, buddy.
You're just going to go past, but just on the right side, gave it that little chance. Turn things over. You mentioned Andrew Henry being the current champion for Soldiers Point. Of course, that honour here at Cabramatta belongs to Jack Smith. So both those men will be in action this coming week. New South Wales champion of club champion singles. Cabra being one of the venues, but our main host venue this year, Mount Lewis, where all finals action will take place. So as part of that Bowls Fest that Gary mentioned earlier, we'll have 3 full days of coverage, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week on the Bowls New South Wales YouTube channel. So tune in for men's and women's champion of champions singles action.
That was a really good shot by Jack Lewis too. He was very, very stiff. He just got that bowl at the worst possible angle.
Just fatten that target up a little bit, hasn't he?
Terry Entrim just missed the line under. Let's change that shot now.
Awkwardly too, hasn't it?
That is awkward, isn't it, up front there now?
See the early bowl of Tony Hinton right up the centre of the rink.
Just wondering if we might see this pattern of play change already. There's been some ugly heads up the front for 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗑, so just wondering if he's going to start asking Terry to maybe play a bit more aggressive and open these heads up a bit more for him.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to have to try and open this up somehow. I can't see Leif wanting it to stay like that. No, he's going to have to attack firmer. Yeah, he's got options here, so he's looking at any of those bowls, any connection through his front. Gets under his front, gets the jack.
It's going big. Terry.
Oh, geez, it was a nice stroke.
Well, he has made it better for his skipper. Got a clear path now.
And I'd probably say that's the bowl he went for. That's probably the bowl he actually went for. He just didn't quite get it right. So at least it's out of the road now. If he got solid through that bowl or either side of it, he was all over it. So it's given Leif a bit of a chance anyway to get rid of some of the damage.
Interesting one here for Aaron, isn't it? Like, you see, had Jack Lewis turn over to his forehand while all those shorter bowls were there blocking the drive. Does he go back and draw that way himself, or does he come back to this club side of the rink and try and get another counter and make things harder for Leif?
He's down on the backhand. Looks like he's just trying to add another one, Lee.
Well, he's underlined here, so let's see.
If he gets back to the bowl of Tony.
Well, I wonder if that's where he aimed to go.
I think
wouldn't
he did.
surprise me.
I think he did.
Really?
You know, yeah,
on
100%.
the backhand. For me, your average everyday player, you're playing the forehand to that bowl, aren't you? But,
yep. I think you can just trust that, like that big bendy hand there. You know it's going to get back. You know where it's going to go. So he probably had enough faith in that, knowing that if he had good weight, he wasn't going to disturb the jack with the shot bowl, even if he touched it.
That's just spot on. It was all on weight, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
He picked whatever line he wanted to be played the right weight. So firm weight, Leif 𝗟𝗡𝗑.
It's actually given Leif a good chance to get back to the jack now. So if he gets the jack clean and then gets off Aaron Wilson's last bowl, he can get closer to the jack.
Well,
he's close.
He's very close here. Oh.
Unfortunate results. Still
Wasn't
potentially 2 or 3 there for Cabramatta. A couple of those bowls just locking in, and unfortunately Leif's own bowl ran across to remove Tony Hinton's.
See there, Jack just signalled 3.
Similar weight for Aaron Wilson, just on a high line, trying to get down to the front of the jack this time.
Like he didn't want to draw to the jack there, didn't want to close that gap up, obviously, so with that sort of line. Or was it just simply a misfire? Not sure.
He doesn't misfire too many, but it certainly did look like a misfire. He's missed that line really high, and he's just stuck out there on the boundary peg. So, Leif, does he switch hands here, Lee? I think has he got a couple of rolls out of Andrew's front bowl? No, it's too far out, isn't it?
Well, I think a full turn on it though, Gary's going to be
cut somehow.
I think you might be right. He looks like he's lining up forehand here, Gary.
He's only got to beat the Aaron Wilson bowl, hasn't he? Beats that, he's going pretty well.
There it is, forehand. You see that white and purple bowl of Andrew Henry's. As a guide, Oh, how much does he bend now?
Here it comes.
It's inside of that.
Not enough.
Fell down there, didn't it?
Look at that weight.
Yeah.
For the first time tonight, he's picked the weight perfectly. See if the call from Jack Lewis was correct. Indication was that it was 3.
3.
Yep, 3 it is. So 4 straight ends here to start off for Aaron Wilson's rink.
This would have been in the Cabramatta game plan, that is for sure.
A couple of big scores across the green too. You can see Carl Healy's rink out to a 9-4 lead. And Brad Pavey holding things up for Soldiers Point. 3 shots to 1. Pavey's rink leading there at the moment. Let's see our first change. Jamie Lee's lost the jack just over the edge there. Soldiers Point now with the opportunity to pick a length of their choosing.
Yeah, this is the start that Cabra would have hoped for. I think Soldiers Point want to remain in this game. They're going to have to start to just win some ends back. Just tick some ends over right now, because if they lose too many more ends, it's going to get away from them really, really quick, I think.
Yeah, Capra are a side that once they've got their foot on the throat, they'll keep squeezing too. Like you won't get much of a sniff to get back in the game if there becomes a 20-shot margin there. So
yeah, and if they get opportunities, they'll take them, and they'll also defend really well. So they'll minimise the damage. They'll drop ones, and that's okay. But I think right now, Soldiers Point just need to win a couple of ends on both of those rinks at 9-0 down, 9-4 down. They just need to drag that back a little bit, obviously. But I think now's the time it's going to get away really fast.
Been given that minor opportunity by getting to pick their own length, and Jamie Lee's just missed out with the first, so Tony Hinton has as good a time as any to apply the pressure.
I don't think he's too far away. No, hasn't got the run.
Yeah, just join us. 4th versus 7th here. Cabramatta currently sitting within the top 5, but certainly not locked in at the moment. And Soldiers Point in a real battle pack outside the 5. A good weekend. Can see them.
Adjustment, Jamie Lee.
Play, Jamie. Yeah, good weekend for Soldiers Point. Could see them move into finals contention. They can fall as low as 11th if results don't go their way. So with 3 rounds to play, it's all up for grabs for Cabramatta. Of course, this game here with Soldiers Point tonight before they travel to Wenty Leagues tomorrow. And what could be a shootout for a finals position, potentially, before finishing off back here at Cabramatta against Engadine. And for Soldiers Point, well, they'll travel back north at the conclusion of tonight's game for 2 home games, the remainder of the weekend. But tough matchups in Warilla and Raymond Terrace to follow. So plenty to play for both sides.
Hard
ladder
weekend.
Positions, yes.
Hard weekend for Soldiers, isn't it?
It
Wow.
is a big weekend, yeah.
Well, it's going to test their strength and their fortitude and see how much fight they got in them to obviously try and stay in the Platinum Pennant as well. Big test, but you can imagine if they win one of those games, it nearly assures them of a spot next year. Nearly.
Oh yeah, if they win a game, they'll be fine. You know, 4 wins is certainly going to be enough.
Andrew Henry.
Out of
This
that.
is a great bowl.
Cracking shot. They needed it. They needed it.
Unfortunately for Tony, just those bowls, really good line with his 2 bowls, but both about a metre short. They're just in that danger zone if the opposition plays a really good end, aren't they?
There we see absolute precise weight hand. He got nice turn on that tight hand back to that jack, as you mentioned earlier in the stream, Gaz.
Jack Smith.
What a shot.
That'll work.
Perfect weight as
Great
well.
shot.
Just cleared the front with the right weight to get back.
High fives all round. Lays a couple of shots, a couple of backwoods. Disco's happy.
I don't think I've ever seen him unhappy, Gaz.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool cat, isn't he?
Isn't he?
Pretty cool
What?
cat, yeah. It's two good shots there from Andrew Henry, irrespective. He got the shot with his first bowl, and then he's given a chance with his second, so it gives Terry options following him up. Jack Lewis will just draw on the backhand here and try and beat the closest white and purple bowl. Little touch around the corner would be nice.
Coming down with pretty good weight too here.
They're interested. It's close.
Front, he has.
Well, drops out in essence to widen the target, but with those front bowls there, they're protecting that head. So I think it's decision time already.
Sort of said
Go
earlier.
early now,
Yeah.
Gary, and clear the way.
Yeah, bit of traffic up the front there. It's all they're the Soldiers' bowls coming in, but I think now's time. It's go time. Let's clear the front now and give ourselves some opportunity with 3 more to play. So.
I mean, if he gets a hole perfect, he can actually get all 3 bowls. But if he does clear the front one out or he gets it through, it's just the pressure's gonna build, and it's pretty hard to do anything else.
Well, that's it. Those 3 shot bowls all sitting in front of Jack Eye. There's no possible way of drawing the shot. So
And he is.
Terry full weight.
Gets that fat through. Yeah, good.
Here's
Good.
one out.
Clear
Cabramatta in
run
the back
to
of
it.
the rink, but a couple of bowls made their way through. The Soldiers' point, and as you said, Jace, open things up.
Jack Lewis trying to replicate his first bowl, just pressed on that.
Good position though for Cabra, isn't it? All at the back too, though.
Yeah, they've got the 2 nearest the jack and the 4 nearest the ditch. It's
Yeah, he'd
an
be,
enviable
and
position.
you wonder why Aaron Wilson's smiling.
You wouldn't know either. He'd be just as liable to hold the 2 and try and turn it into a 5
Yeah.
with all that backwood. So he's good enough to do it.
It's the kind of one, isn't it, Gary? If you had last bowl on an end, you certainly look at that opportunity
Yeah.
to play that through.
You'd never count him out. You'd never count him out. You wouldn't know what he's thinking. He's just so good to be able to execute.
He might be smiling because of the conditions.
I think
It's typical Melbourne weather.
That's
isn't
right.
it?
It's Victorian. Yeah. The Victorian
Where
blood
he
in
came
him.
from?
Yeah.
This is ideal conditions for him.
On the backhand. To add to this count, apply the pressure.
Just needs to pull up now.
He's played it well.
Well done.
Great shot.
Probably happy that it hasn't dropped down on it. Leif potentially can't get shot off that bowl. May have left a slight gap as well by not dropping over.
He has a tendency to find good weight on this rink. Aaron Wilson saw in the $100,000 Sydney Masters, his last bowl.
I think it definitely is his favourite.
Yeah.
He definitely loves this rink. He doesn't mind the grass up the top either. He's got the ditch rink down pat as well, but he does train a lot on them, so he knows it inside and out. So Leif Selby looking here to try and sit a bowl, turn the jack. He has.
Selby, he has.
Leif Selby.
Well,
He's made shot, has he?
As soon as Jamie Lee's up, well, the guys are going to have a look. Very close. And
Yep.
yeah, one shot to Leif Selby. We see just cleared the front bowler Tony Hinton's turn. Jamie Lee's past the jack. And sat in front of Aaron Wilson. Just did enough. And
Aaron Wilson's got options everywhere here. He's switched over to the forehand. And these 4 at the back are lighting up at him. He's going to try and run this jack.
Well, he's close to. Oh, it just went on him, didn't it?
Oh, he's got a shot out of this.
and made a multiple count out of it as well. He's got that bowl through. Chip Leif's out. I think it's at least 3 there for Cabramatta. See it there. lefty zone there and got the Selby bowl moving.
Leif just got to do the same as he did with his last. Bloke of his stature will be used to results like that in this game, and it's just go through the process again, draw the shot again.
Such a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Got out of a really awkward situation with his first.
He's pointed well. It's all down to weight now.
Connection does he get?
Sit on the bowl, he's played it well. What a bomb.
Well, what a response, Leif Selby. That's the class of the man.
That's got to be one of the hardest shots in the game, I think. So he got out of that tough situation. 3 down. A fortunate result for Wilson, but right back on the jack. And I think it nearly was the same bowl. Well deserved. 2 terrific shots. Leif Selby, and they get their score moving for the first time tonight. 9 shots to 1.
Length will be interesting. Don't see much of a change really from Tony here, so sort of about the length that Cabra's been throwing. I might have expected a little bit of a change up here myself, but I think the Tony leading up here,
Looks very difficult.
really aiming to get them behind. We see he's just had a couple where he's dropped them that metre short and caused that little bit of a wall up front, so really pushing to get these behind, unfortunately. Not bad.
Yeah, it's an easy pattern to get into on the carpet. I think you just sort of you give it more credit than it actually plays, you know. So I think you've got to overplay it more than underplay it. Try not to draw to the jack too much. Just try to draw through the jack. You know, just when I say draw through the jack, you 2 or 3 bowls through the jack and just give your bowl a chance every time, because the turn exaggerates the pace. But I think just from a team perspective, I think you're right, Jace. He's got to set the team up. He's got to get through, get past, give his team, like Andrew Henry's going really well.
Yes.
So give him options, and then let the back two do the work.
A lot better, Tony has. Well done.
Any specific drills that you've seen, Gary, that might help people out for that? You know, they might sit another jack behind the one they're playing to or something like that?
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, you need the visual. So any sort of, you know, any object or another jack or whatever, and drawing to that consistently, particularly in a seconds roll. I think, you know, and the leads roll, consolidating a good first bowl. You want to get past with your second bowl, but not disturb the head or make the target bigger. Those sorts of things. So I think it's really important to practice that and have that weight control. You need to be able to take a slightly higher line, increase your weight by, you know, just a foot. You can do that 18 inches, and if you can do that consistently well, I think it works really well near the tee too. So whenever the jack's near the tee, that bowl between the jack and the ditch is really important to start, you know, set up an end. So if you can do that consistently well, it'll set you up and put you in a good place to win an end, at least.
Something you said earlier in the season resonated well for me, Gary. I think you said aim small and miss small. You know, don't just say I want to finish behind. You know, really nail in on a spot where you want to get to, as Jack Smith has done on this occasion.
Great bowl, Jack Smith. Brilliant. Just constantly putting the pressure back on soldiers here, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, yeah, you see so often, you know, Skip might call someone just to get behind for me.
Yep.
You know, you're probably not providing enough clear direction for your teammate there.
100%. Give them a spot. Give it, you know, if you, like these guys, they will visualise exactly where they want to finish. They'll see the line of where they want to finish to get to that spot. And it's super important. That attention to detail and just put that extra effort into the shot is so important.
Into bowl. Collected there for Andrew Henry. So a couple just short of the jack there now.
I think it's a really good point you make, Lee, because particularly on this carpet and knowing this carpet really well, if you need to turn a jack over, sit a bowl, Far away again here from Jack Smith.
Couldn't find that gap, could he?
Well, he tried, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it's really key because it's so weight sensitive. You need to know where your bowl's going to finish. So if you need to trail a jack or sit a bowl, basically you're drawing to a point, and whatever you collect on the way through is the bonus.
Yep.
But you've got to really make sure you have a look at that or visualise that track and where you want to finish with that weight sensitive carpet in mind. So I did see something funny just earlier when 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 played that amazing shot up here to get him out of trouble. I've known Leif for a long time, and one thing you don't want to do is make Leif cranky in the game because he'll win it on his own. He's a very tenacious character. He'll fight tooth and nail, and that little wick or that little bit of luck that Disco got on that shot certainly fired him up. So we'll see what happens over the next few ends, but he's always interesting. I'm sure you've seen it too, Lee, before. So.
He might put on a show for us.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope so for the viewers, that he plays at his standard. And just looking at some of his previous history, of course, probably well renowned as a singles specialist, wasn't he, Gary, in his time in the squad. Started off winning the New South Wales singles 2007. And decided that wasn't enough. World champion in champion singles 2008. Asia Pacific singles runner-up on that occasion in 2009. Before then going through and, as we said earlier, winning that 2012 World Singles Gold Medal. And in Ryan Bester in the final there at, was it Hockley's? Was it in Adelaide when that was played?
Lockley's, yeah. Yep, Lockley's. Yeah.
So Terry pushing into this head here, trying to get in underneath. There's a lot that can happen in there.
Close here.
Well, he's got the run on through. It's a great shot, Terry Antrim.
Yeah, that's a terrific shot. He couldn't have played that any better. And he knows now that he really needs to turn some of these heads over and open this head up. And the way Cabra's playing here at the moment, Jack Smith, he needs to do some changes in this head for Leif. And he's done that very thing right there.
Does he get all the way back here, Jack? Played it with very nice weight, didn't he? Just trying to get onto that black bowl and turn up over the Jack Smith bowl.
No, it is Soldiers Point holding. 𝗟𝗚𝗡𝗡 to play first. Their indication was they're going to come down the right-hand side of screen there. Almost cover towards that green bowl that's just gone out of frame. There's on the screen there, we can see some patches of sunlight starting to come through as well.
Start stripping my jumper off in a minute.
Bit of luck, it might nearly get to that 16 degrees that we had up there earlier. So I'm still out in the central west, and this morning got up at 3 degrees, felt like -4.
Oh, beautiful.
This morning, just a bit before 7 o'clock.
Leif, does he get all the way back now?
Well, that's pretty close to where he would have wanted it to be.
Yep, spot on, and gives him options with his next one, depending what Aaron Wilson does with this. He'll be looking for the same plant, turn out of the front bowl.
It's going to get away on him. He misses that front one, the shot's still there, and he has ever so slightly underweight.
Yeah, I think that's all it was, Lee, wasn't it? He probably just needed another yard on that, probably, to get it
with that
perfect.
in mind, does Leif go another metre further? Does he try and get behind the Aaron Wilson bowl now?
Yep. Yep.
Not realistic for Leif to draw another shot, really, without making things any easier for Aaron. So
I think I like your call, because if that jack goes through 2 metres, it's 3 to Cabra. So
I think if he doesn't cover it, he's definitely going to play it, isn't he? So he's... I think you're right, Lee. He probably can't make it or do anything that's not going to make it worse or a bigger target. It looks like he's going deeper.
It's not a lot extra. Just trying to get amongst these two bowls. Yeah, he has done two. Two pretty decent covering bowls. Aaron get through down the other side now and get onto the white bowl, and depending whether it gets past that other white purple of Andrew Henry's, either out of bounds or back towards their own.
I think if anything, you're going to see more weight, because if he moves that jack himself a foot, he could be 4 down. So I think we're going to see more than less weight here if he is looking for it.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jace, because he can get a piece of the bowl and then a piece of the jack.
That's right.
So if he can do that, he can make 3 himself.
Slightly firmer attempt here on the forehand. Similar angles, but firmer weight. Needs to bend down to the black bowl.
Such a hard shot. It's just not easy, is it? You can see it.
So another one to Soldiers. So that's 2 in a row for Soldiers.
Terrific shot there again, as we mentioned, by 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡. They're under pressure. Perfect connection on the front. Ran through to the top of the jack. 9 shots to 2. Now feature game.
I think the middle rink of Nick Cahill's picked up a number. Got them from 3-1 back to 7-3 in front. 3-1 down, 7-3 in front.
Yeah, Cabra are definitely up for this. I mean, they themselves know they're sort of languishing at the bottom end of that top 5, and big win here can help push them up through the ranks a bit more.
Yeah, well, absolutely. They know,
Probably.
a club like Maryland's who, going into the season, a lot of people would have tipped them to be in the top 5. They currently sit outside. So if Maryland's are going to come in, someone's going to miss out. Cabramatta don't want it to be them.
And I'd imagine the Cabramatta group would regard themselves at least top 3, and probably consider they should be top 3 by now. And so tonight, big push, and that'll lead them into, for the next 2 matches for this weekend.
I think the real risk was anyone's a risk, but or any team's good enough to beat you on the night. But particularly they're going to Wenny tomorrow night, and that's hard to play over there, and they've been going really well over there. So they'd be mindful of that too. Like if you struggle in this one, if you happen to lose this one, and then you're going into Wenny, well, you're really up against the wall. So they'd be really determined to win this match tonight, just as much as Soldiers Point would.
You're right. Wenny's got a bit of confidence they have too, Gaz. At the moment, they're playing pretty well.
They are. Yeah. Yep.
Right, Jamie now. Good adjustment here.
Yeah, great bowl, Jamie Lee.
Just does it, doesn't she?
Very interesting at all ends of the table. Wenty Leagues, a tough little run themselves. They're away at St John's Park tonight. Of course, the game with Cabra, and then they finish off with Belrose. Interested to see what happens down in the bottom of the table. There's a lot of sides meet each other over the course of the weekend, starting out tonight with Charlestown and Engadine facing off. Engadine home game there. East Maitland play both Charlestown and Engadine, so there's 10, 11, 12. Plenty of games up against each other. What it does mean, of course, is that all of those teams are not going to win all of their games. They're going to take wins away from each other.
Absolutely. So, in all honesty, you look at that, Lee, and East Maitland, they get to determine their fate, really. They don't have to rely on any other results. They win those back-end 2 games, and they'll stay ahead of those other 2 teams,
they
really.
Beat the 2 teams below them.
Yeah.
They're in position, so... Saw a good one there by Jack Smith as well. So Andrew Henry
how's his run
well
here?
so far.
he's just pulled up.
Two good close efforts.
He's going well, Andrew, isn't he? He's in the area.
He has. He's provided a lot of good, effective bowls for his side. He has.
I think he picked up on something pretty well there a couple of ends ago, Gary. I had a good look at 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗏 there. He was really intently watching that bowl and then gave Andrew a pretty firm hand slap at the end of it. He's on the job tonight.
You got 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗏 was the best in the world in his day and probably still can be, and up against one of the best in the world. There's obviously going to be some big rivalry there.
I don't think he'll ever take the fire out of 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗏's belly. He'll always be up for it no matter what he plays. So, yeah, it's always good to see, him still doing that after all of these years. And he's still, as you say, as good as anybody.
𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏.
Yeah, Tez.
So's this fella. What a shot.
You mentioned former Australian representative himself, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏. Played in the 2010 Trans-Tasman Series for Australia. Three-time New South Wales state champion as well in the pairs with Steve Glasson. Won a triples with Brian Bateman and Richard Gervin, and one for the Warren Shipley fans, the over 40s pairs with Warren.
Jack Lewis, what a shot.
Why?
Bowl after bowl.
That's a great effort by 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 to win a state pairs to carry Glass across the line, isn't it? Fantastic effort. Love you, Glasso. Love you, mate. 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 will be same here. Be looking to arrive on his bowl. Just turn under. He's close again, Jace.
He's very close. He can edge his own bowl in.
Unfortunate result there. Still going to be one to Cabra. Jack Smith bowl to the side. Played it well.
For Cabra, they can play this kind side, but I think for Soldiers, they're going to be probably battling. Oh no, Jack's going to have a go at that tighter side.
Aaron's just called him to try and play this shot first.
Yeah,
Drew a toucher, half a metre or so.
See how long it hangs on for him for. He's close to his own bowl to get back into the jack.
That's a good shot. That is a good shot.
Made two out of it. Well, unfortunately for Cabra, it is sitting out there for Selby to play to.
Yeah, Leif's probably... He's got third and fourth. Backwood, or the best back, is against him, but only one down. He's two now.
He does find the edge off the Jack Smith bowl, just short of Jack high. There's a big chance of him running right through with the Jack as well. So, we'll see ditch weight. So I don't know how much he wants to play.
Up and at him.
They're looking at it intently. He's close. Oh,
just picked the Jack. You see it there directly under the number. And it's the Jamie Lee blue and pink bowl at the back of the rink. Just didn't get that touch off the wider one. Picked the Jack clean. It's a great view from behind 𝗟𝗡𝗏 there, watching that one go down.
This is a real Aaron Wilson shot, this one. So he's going to go after a toucher. Jamie Lee's bowl is about an inch from the ditch, so if that gets removed, he will be 2 or 3 down. But if he does get the toucher, he wants to sit right on top of it. The one he's got at the moment, he's not happy with. He wants it to be closer. He's after it.
So he can't get it directly. He's trying to get the angle off the other bowls.
what he's done is got third wood as well out of that now. So
he has. Just hard to tell from our viewing point whether Leif can see the shot bowl directly or not.
So he'd nearly have to be able to get that hole on the backhand, which he's played a fair bit. It's a harder hand to play with weight, but he's just played a really good one down there.
He has, yeah.
Very much the same bowl then if he can find that gap.
Pretty
You
much.
can see it there. Great shot just left to where Leif's walking back
That's
there.
it. Look at it standing.
Right in that gap near the scoreboard.
Just take his time. He's got a good opportunity here. And make sure of it.
Is it tighter?
Doesn't like it now.
Yeah. Well,
Hang on. Hang on. Uh-oh.
tried for a bit of return of luck and just a dead draw now for Disco. Let's see how he goes.
Roy's probably got about 2.5 feet, Jace.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty close to this. Doesn't stop in time. It can run in down this
pull
forehand. Just gets over the top.
That's one to Cabra. Just stops that little two-end run of Soldier's Point, but that master board, 19 shots now. It's very, very, very ominous, I've got to say. So, big few ends here for Soldiers, I think, guys. If this blows out for another 10 or 12 shots, this could be anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said, Jace, every point matters as well. So 7 for the master board, 1 for each rink. You know, for both clubs, really. We saw Cabra sitting outside the top 3 at the moment, inside the finals hunt, but outside the top 3, which would get a second chance come finals time. And of course, more importantly, they're 10 points exactly in front of Marylands, who are 6th. So if you keep that gap at 10, Cabra have the margin advantage at the moment over Marylands. So that could come into later on Sunday when round 11 takes place. And early stages across the greens, but I'm pleased to report, Jace, that all games I can see on Bowls Link have commenced. So there's a few slight concerns at some other venues in around Sydney this afternoon, but thankfully the weather hasn't warmed up, but the rain's cleared away.
Well, 45 minutes before play, it was like a pool. Not under here, but out on the greens. Wasn't looking good in the area.
Play that bowl of hers, and no sooner was the bowl out of her hand than her hand went straight in the socket.
Yeah. Tony with his first. He got that first bowl behind.
So important now not to overcorrect. Leave it short. Push
Down
up
on
towards your last. I think he's done it pretty well here.
Down on a good line. Well, he did weight that pretty well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's fine. Got a good one in the head.
Yep.
And now his bowl at the back is in a great spot. Jack Smith comes down on his forehand, a slightly narrower side of the rink, although still turning back pretty well. And
just chasing a bit of position there, obviously. Nice and early. And again, that's probably that defensive ploy really early on. Now, let's just get one back there. They've already got one back there, and I'll give them a chance for that little bump at the front there and get a few. Because if you don't get it back there early, it could be hard to get one back there later. So this is down pretty well too.
He's impressed me so far. Andrew Henry playing well.
You can sort of see why he won the club singles. He's very, very consistent, isn't he?
As I say, you look across the rink here, outside of Brad Pavey, they're their marquee player tonight. All the rest are local players, so tough field to beat.
That's a very, very good shot there. Jack Smith just gets a little feather off the Jamie Lee bowl and then gets position at the back, so all the guys are reaching in for the beanies and hoodies too now. The rain's gone, but the wind's come up.
I think the way it feels, the snow will be here shortly too.
Wait again there for Andrew. Just a couple of bowls wider than his first, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think there's much point in building this any better than it already is. They'll probably head around the back. We try and just consolidate this head early, get a bowl down a bit deeper. Jack Lewis on the backhand. Yeah, he's passed.
He's got that good high line, hasn't he? That
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Close to those 3 back bowls of Soldiers Point.
Terry just looks a little high to me here. Well, it's probably just more his weight actually, but I think he was wanting that weight though.
Yeah, I think he was
Try and
asked to
get
draw
that
through that toucher of Jack Smith's. Sit
Yeah.
on that, you second, you bowl tighter, you turn the bowl onto the jack.
Probably just want to drop a foot on his last, but he's closer to drawing a shot.
What angle does he
Close.
leave here? Has it made it any easier to get to the toucher of Jack Smith in behind? It's 4 of the 5 closest there for Cabramatta, so 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏 has been called up by Skip to go and have a look at the situation and formulate a plan. You see that one of Leif watching on from last end when he was hunting that jack. Hood well and truly up over the ears.
Well, they've got a decision to make here, whether they're right through this, open this head right up, or try and play the perfect shot through Tony Hinton's bowl on the backhand, just trying again, get that jack about 2 feet down the line, just turn that front toucher off the jack or something, give Leif something to play to. We switch to the backhand. Is it big or is it just turning that bowl over with his 6 feet of weight?
it's that couple of feet, it's that couple of yards of weight, isn't it? So
Needs to hold on now.
Does.
Any
It's gonna get
contact
away.
will help.
Not that little a contact.
Well, you can see it's angled to go directly back now. So that first Jack Lewis bowl, the deepest one on the rink. Once again, Cabramatta with the shots and the back position.
I love watching this go. Just no mucking around. Just watching live too. It's just unbelievable.
On the bowl past.
Oh, that's a really good
Yeah.
shot.
Another difficult one for Leif, isn't it? It needs to be a 2-bowl plan here. It's going to be almost impossible to get shot with his first.
Well, the issue he's got, even if he does get that front plant, the touch is probably going to go right through with the jack. He's going to be 2 down. Potentially an impossible shot to get out of. So that's just made him play this slightly less weight, not really aggressive weight, which is harder to play.
He's trying to get to that toucher of Jack Smith if he
Does
can.
he get back enough? Oh, he's just And he's probably made it a bit harder for himself next time too, unfortunately.
Well, the only thing it may help with, he may be able to get the jack off the rink.
I think so. I think that's that's the big difference there, is that he will attack that now. The risk is
Jack could rattle around in any kind of spot, but
they've got one bowl
in 6.
So he's 3 down now. He could potentially run and rip that other one out. So Aaron Wilson just needs to get another bowl in the area.
Ideally just past Jack, so past that one of Jamie Lee's would be good.
He's just tried to cover these back 2 bowls. Probably just hung a bit higher than what he'd hoped. Again, on that sticky hand. Just a bit hard to get back to the centre line on that hand.
Obviously every shot counts, Gary, but 3 down or 5 down at this stage almost feels the same, if that makes sense. I think he's
I agree,
got to get
Lee.
right through this.
Yep, totally agree. I think he's just got to get after it. Such a difficult shot to play.
The jack could rattle around to the left side of camera and not be a great result, but if he gets that green one slightly off centre, there's a chance it will hit that toucher at the back and go sharply left or right and out of the game.
A good long hard look at this, and
well, if it's not firm, I don't know how he gets shot.
Yeah, I think he's really looking how he can play this perfect to actually get the shot. Like, he could make a 2 if he can get a really good bounce of the jack, but I think you've got to consider how hard that shot actually is. We've watched so many shots down this forehand side just hold their line. All of a sudden you try and take the line off and then you cut and rip your own bowl out, the Tony Hinton bowl. So he's trying to make the best decision, take his time to make the best decision.
He'll get after on the backhand, you potentially even spear that Tony Hinton bowl into the head.
Yeah, I think he's just got to get after it one way or the other. Pick your best hand and get after it. He has switched over. And he is. He's after it.
He goes. Well, he's pointed this very well. Let's see what happens.
Well, the jack stayed in. The touch has gone through, but Leif's own bowl ran on as well, so he's cut the damage to 1. Terrific reduction in the count.
Yeah.
He's slightly unlucky not to get it off the rink. See there on the replay. Hit the bowl he wanted at the front. Ran into the Jack Smith bowl. Came back to the shot bowl. A bit of ricochet. And kicked back down into the bottom corner of the green. So further shot for Cabramatta. As for the second time tonight, Jamie Lee's just going to lose the jack over the top.
See, their intention is to obviously go as long as possible. So,
well, last time Jamie Lee lost the jack, it was Soldiers Point winning the next 2 ends. So they've got to hope for that. 32-10. See Tony getting the mat a little deeper.
yeah, again, I've got to say, guys, I'm still surprised with the length. Maybe it's what Leif's asking him for. So, if I'm the lead, I'm saying let's change this up. Is the mat up? Is the jack up? Let's.
Leif's got his
game
dialed
down
in really well.
Yeah.
Tony probably hasn't yet. So do you support the person who's struggling, or
well, you want
try and help? Yeah,
you want to get your front end into the game, don't you? Yeah. Like a player of Leif's calibre can play any length, doesn't matter. But at the moment, when you're 11-2 down, you would expect to see something change. And better to do an early change rather than a late change as well.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing is that every one of Aaron Wilson's players, Jamie Lee, Jack and Jack, are all playing really well. So they're all contributing to every single end, at least one bowl each. And you need to throw one of them off their game. So a big change just to see, just to test it, just have a look.
Yeah.
I think, like this might be Leif's pet length, but it's also Aaron Wilson's pet length. The longer you go, the more Disco's going to love it. And obviously Leif likes the longer length as well.
Yeah,
so
it's a better start there, Tone. Unfortunate to get the jack pushed back to the Jamie Lee bowl.
It's always a way in it, this game, you know, when you're just trying your guts out and something finally works and it still goes against you. We still keep coming back to play it.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And it didn't just sit alongside it either. It curled in
Exactly
behind that bowl.
perfect. Yeah.
Jamie now.
Oh, she drew another one if it's still on the tee.
So no one told her it moved. Poor skipping. Of course, Jamie Lee and Aaron, partners, and getting married later this year as well, too. So I think that's in November. Best wishes to those two. Got a young daughter as well. So
Tony Hinton.
He's very close here.
He is. Just got to hold all the way down to it now.
That's a good shot. Good shot all the same.
Starting to find his range a bit more, Tone, now. Let's see if this can help build a little bit of a fight back here for Soldiers Point. 22 shots on the masterboard now.
good positive call there too from Aaron Wilson. Saying to Jack Smith, try and draw the shot, but if you lose your bowl, well, that's bad luck. Jack's only probably a yard off the ditch. They're giving him the confidence to play up to this.
He's definitely got the weight up to it. Not sure if he's going to get back hard enough.
Geez, a good effort.
Not a bad effort, is it?
If he finds the jack at that weight, they completely lock up the end.
I think the shot's similar for Soldiers Point, isn't it? They're both playing the same shot here.
Yep, 100%. And if anything, Andrew can err on the tighter side. He can get a shelf off either one of Tony's bowls. He sits Jamie Lee's bowl. He's pretty close.
Does he run enough?
Off the shelf. Ooh.
Oh, up and over that. Unfortunate. Not all bad.
Saw that grin on his face. He knew how close he was to getting that perfect.
I think they're all just searching for that. When are we going to get the right rub? When are we going to get the right side of the bowl or the right side of the jack? They're all searching for that one time. They finally get it right. Can't knock their effort though. It's been big.
Oh, he's just left the weight behind there. He'll be disappointed with that one.
Chance here for Andrew Henry. Similar line at 0.5 metre to 1 metre away. And trail the jack in, but can sit that shot bowl out past the jack and lie directly in front of it yourself.
Well, he's slightly wider than his first here, so if he's got the same weight, he's close.
Just a fraction quicker too, wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. But that was good. Like the weight was good. Weight's fine. Any connections. Doesn't matter what weight you get it. You get the jack with that weight, you're right on top of it.
This needs to run on as well for Jack Lewis on a decent enough line.
Is it up enough?
It's going to count.
It's dropped into a nice little hole and counts.
Well played.
Yeah, same program though. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡. Forehand, arrive onto the shot bowl, trail the jack into the ditch. Gets a jack clean, he'll be 2.
See over on the far rink. Soldiers have won an end, and there's a big team huddle over there for the Soldiers guys talking about the length.
Leif Selby's interested. He's close here, Terry.
What a shot. Does he go all the way in? He does. You know what? But he's given Aaron Wilson half a chance of drawing that too, you know.
He played that perfect. It's landed right on top of it on these synthetic ditches. It's actually moved the jack further away than what he was when he was on the green.
I think with the depth of the ditch, it's actually close to impossible, so that's still a chance for Disco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though too, Gary, isn't it? Like, it is not a perfect square edge like you might get on a grass green. It does have that tendency sometimes on the synthetics just to roll over like a rounded edge rather than a square edge.
Yeah, correct, it does. Yep. And all of a sudden,
𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 might have got in here first.
He has.
One past that. That's great. Yeah. There's 3 shots there at the moment, the Soldiers.
2 great shots from 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡.
With a 50-kilometre-hour wind just kicking up at the same time.
Yeah, I think he let that go. It was going to be 8 foot short, and the wind got... No, two tremendous bowls there from 𝗟𝗓𝗓. Absolutely brilliant, just what they needed. What can this man do?
Needs to pull up.
He's just running.
Just up.
How's his line? Oh, yeah, touch a line. Young Jack Smith just set the bowl where it needs to finish. I think it needs to be just about hanging over the edge of the ditch to get these shots.
See 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓.
Leif will be wanting this
hit
one
the
to
jack,
count.
came back into view, landed on top of it, and gave probably 6 or 8 inches of space.
Well, Leif will be wanting this one of his to count. That will make 4. Just put that little bit of number pressure back onto Aaron Wilson.
He's the opposite, Aaron. I think he needs the breeze to keep it trickling along.
Yeah, he gets past the green. That's all he needs to do, past the green.
Don't think he has, fellas.
Not quite.
It's close.
He's only half a roll if he's out.
Not much in it. So for Aaron Wilson, 2.5 feet less on the same line.
It's a big shot here from Disco Lee. Big shot here, 3 or 4 to
Does he
Soldiers Point.
stop?
Well, he can use any of them to slow down as well. You know
I
what?
think he actually played less weight. I think that went in with less than his first. Well, at least 3, potentially 4 here for Soldiers Point. As they look to make their way back into this game.
This is big. This is a big moment for them. That, you know, you get a 4 here, at least. Make a bit of noise. Pump the team up a little bit. Get them going. Just kick them over. Get back into within sort of a dozen. 12 shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this one's certainly up. Does he make contact with his first?
Well, any contact with his first is good. He can make 5 if he runs on as well.
He has.
Did he run on enough? Oh, close.
Well, it was at least 4. We'll see if he's done enough. I think the indication was that he had. Yeah, 5 shots it is.
5, and the Soldiers are up now.
You hear the noise.
Straight away, the call come out.
Yeah, nice little support contingent here for Soldiers Point, cheering on as they pick up a 5. Wow.
They do, and
what a shot that was for 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 to change that head up. And of course for Tony, he had those bowls on and past the jack, had that touch early on, and it came into the count later on.
Does a lot because, we see Pavey also got a 3 over there. So masterboard now to 12, and all rinks are in play for the points as well. So just what the Soldiers needed.
Good time to have our first chance to have a look at scores at other venues. And Warilla 23 lead Carlingford 11 after 18 ends played there. That's a Carlingford home game. Close between Charlestown and Engadine, 12-11 to the home side Charlestown after 15 ends. Really early days, East Maitland and Marylands. As East Maitland 12 lead Marylands 9 after 14 ends played there. Raymond Terrace have started their round 9 game very well. 21 shots to 3 over Belrose. 13 ends into that game. And Wendy Leagues 11 travel away to St John's. They lead St John's Park 11-8. Wendy Leagues just 11 ends played in that game there.
Wow. Belrose. I'm surprised they didn't sort of put the call out for their marquee, or well, not marquee, local player, but he could be marquee. He's that good. Billy Johnson, but no, he's come along to work tonight.
I think the call went out.
Did
Chase, it? But yeah. Billy Johnson's found his spot there, skipping the grade 2 side for Belrose.
Have they built that statue of Billy at the front of Belrose yet or not? I thought now he's a director on the board. I thought he might have had a statue built or something, but maybe in between.
Just
sort
tough
of
to get through DA, council applications and that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. What do they call it? Aesthetic pollution or something? Yeah. I think the statues of Crawford Linton, Rex Johnson and Joe Saragosa will be front and centre. They'll be first on the list, those three fellas, amongst others. But, yeah, Billy
might
still
lead us to our first discussion point of the night. What about a Mount Rushmore of members of the club? How long have you been a member here, Gary? What's your history like?
10 years here.
10?
10 years here, yep.
What about if we just work on that 10-year span that you've been here? Who would your Mount Rushmore four-person statue be of the players you've had at the club in that time?
You're going to get me into too much trouble with that question, Lee. I'm not going there. I'm not going anywhere near that.
Your assistant coach would have to be a chance. Karen Murphy, we see on the
mate,
on the far
I do a good
chance.
enough job of getting myself into trouble as it is without you help me along. So, yeah, I'll stay out of that one.
You get a bigger statue, you make a 15 or 20-person statue, you think?
Yeah, 100%. We see
enough material left after I saw that trophy they had here for the Forestside Sydney Masters. That was
that was huge, wasn't it?
Enormous thing. Is there any stone or anything left?
Take that one home in your suitcase. I think it was like 150 kilos, that trophy, for that.
Wow.
Masters,
I mean, 250, I think.
Was it 250, was it?
I think that's why
okay.
most of the visiting side shied away from winning the event.
Couldn't afford the freight.
Yeah, great bowl in there.
Loss of the jack.
Jack Smith just getting the back. So we see, I was talking about the change up of length and something Cabramatta went to here. Very, very short jack. Obviously changing something up after dropping a 5.
Trying to get someone off their game.
Tony Hinton
and they've done it for
into the
yeah, they've done it here for the soldiers, haven't they? They've just put them off. Just building up very favourably for Cabramatta so far.
Have a look back the last sort of 4 or 5 ends too. Jack Smith's been really impressive. He's been on or thereabouts every end. Probably except the last end where he had to play those 2 little runners, but before that he'd sort of drawn everything or sat bowls and made a big difference in the context of the match.
It's a couple of turns out of the Henry Bowl. Yeah, so Aaron Wilson going to assess the situation. He still favours 2 shots for Cabra. Setting up there, guys. It's another one of those skipper's nightmare ends. There's a lot of bowls in front.
Yeah. From your lace, Selby, you're not really liking that at the moment, are you? Well,
especially with this Jack Lewis bowl as well. That's going to sort of force him in between the 2 green ones. It's probably taken the angle of 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡s away from the jack slightly. So we'll find that Andrew Henry bowl, another full roll would be enough.
I don't know if there's a shot down on the backhand. It sort of turned the bowl up and over, but I don't know if there's an aggressive shot, fellas, either, is there? Down to look for the wing bowler Jamie Lee's back to Jack Smith's. I can't quite see from this angle whether there's a hole big enough for Leif to get down there on the backhand quick, but he gets the inside of Jamie Lee's bowl. He nearly get the other one, but it just looks so awful the way it is. He's looking for anything.
Really looking like a bit of a stun and run sort of shot, maybe, Gaz?
Yeah, he's opted for the 2 white bowls.
He just needs to get the right angle now past the front.
Oh, he's got a little rub.
Does going to kick the jack as well, so it'll still be Cabra probably holding a couple. One of the things that can happen on these synthetic greens, the jack can move quite a way. Yes, yeah, turn that bowl onto the jack.
Jeez, he just got
it
that
wasn't
jack
moving
too
far,
solid,
and it just
it
just flew away.
And the jack does on the carpet, doesn't it? Goes a long way. They're heavier jacks, and they do run a long way.
Bit of counterintuitive sometimes, isn't it? The object's heavier, but it's moving further than the lighter jack does on grass. Aaron just on left of screen. Players just caught themselves slightly in the way. You just see it there. Coming a few.
Yeah, this is...
I thought the first shot was hard.
Yeah. Only thing I see is he goes searching down that hole looking for Jack.
On the backhand.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
But I'm no 𝗟𝗡𝗩𝗘. He probably sees 4 other things.
Could you... greenkeeper's nightmare. You try and get the Jack on the 5th bounce over the top of the back. This is
the issue he's
really
got.
tough.
If he plays weight on the backhand, he peels the Andrew Henry bowl out of the head and goes straight through the hole. He's probably going to drop another.
Yeah, good point, Gaz.
Another 2, maybe. I don't know. It may not be that bad. So
with Aaron with another bowl, there is one at the back of the rink there. Terry just pointed to it. The deepest bowl belonging to Tony Hinton.
Yes, Aaron Wilson still with the bowl in hand too. That's really going to have a big say in what shot you play.
yeah, well, I mean, if you think it through and you think to that next bowl, which Leif would be doing, so if he peels the Andrew Henry bowl out and leaves that one bowl of Tony Hinton's, it opens up the hole for Disco on the backhand to actually get that bowl. So
there's the angles, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that at home. He's got to thread the needle around the blue and pink Jamie Lee Worsnop bowl at the right there in front. Not far past a perfect draw, I think, maybe just over.
Leif's first weighted shot may be 5th, so that might take some danger away for him. To play that little bit of weight on this backhand after the gap. He has got a little bit of weight, but he's tight.
Yep. There's a lot going on there.
That was nearly as tough as it gets. Trying to find that.
I think he was focusing so much on trying to play the perfect weight.
Yep.
Just forget to take your line, and particularly on that hand that rips really quick. As soon as it leaves your hand, it feels like it starts to turn straight away. Aaron Wilson look to add another.
Yeah, perfect weight with his first. Does he get underneath these pack of bowls?
Just wants this to turn now.
He likes it. Still chasing it.
Just got to go.
Well, not quite, I don't think.
2 shots there for Cabramatta. So they'll extend their lead here on our feature rink, 13-7, and that's 3 out of 3, gents, where the lead's lost the Jack into the ditch and the opposition's won the end. Twice for Cabramatta and there for Soldiers Point.
Yeah, exactly. And now Cabra's, you can see they're going straight to that short end again, but big chance there for Soldiers on that particular end. They just got the 5 here. If they had a consolidated with just one shot up the other way, would have really got the Cabra team thinking, but Cabra, to their credit, come fighting hard in that next end just to cut that 5 effect back a bit.
Yeah, a bit of momentum trying to build there as well. I saw on the Brad Pavey rink next door, they were holding a nice little number, but Nick Cale, nice square runner with his last, got the Jack out of bounds. Soldiers Point have done well. They've reduced the gap. Got up into the 20s there earlier. They've got it back to 15. Just short of halfway, 29 ends played. Next goal has to be to get the margin into single figures for them. And of course, Cabra trying to pull it back and stretch that result back into the 20s again.
Yeah, good start, Tony Hinton. That's a lot better.
Brad Jewis wasn't happy with your call, Gary. Said you need to get you some tweezers. Got too many splinters from sitting on the fence. Last one.
Oh, good on you, Brad. Thanks, mate. And you're right. You're spot on.
Aussie Dazza cheering on. Plays out at Windsor, but cheering for the Bullants tonight. He's had some coaching from 𝗟𝗓𝗡 here at Cabra, so that's where his allegiances lie tonight. Hope you are enjoying the coverage. If you are just tuning in, a little past 7 p.m. local time, this is round 9 coverage of the TAB Platinum Pennant. Cabramatta Bullants taking on the Soldiers from Soldiers Point. My name's Lee Stinson. Thrilled to have Jason Pinnock and Gary Willis alongside me, and we're in for a battle here. Tough conditions, and two teams who really need a win for different circumstances on the ladder.
All right. Bowl here for Soldiers. I think got a chance to jump on this here now. Shut this off from Cabra getting to it first. Cabra, you can see the first 3 bowls all about 4 to 6 foot through. Just dived in under. Yeah, finishing a good home though. See everyone just cutting across there.
Head down there from Jack after he let it go. Didn't like that one.
Didn't, did he? No.
He's underline, isn't he? All right, Andrew now. He can make the adjustment. Talking about 6 inches of grass up that other end. Get right back down to this Jack. Will be looking nice for Soldiers. Looks like he has made that line adjustment.
Yeah, he's not far away, Jace.
It's still just going to go under. Only just.
Not too bad.
It's nearly the same bowl.
Well, they do hold 4. They're not necessarily as close as some of the other shots we've seen tonight, but you don't have to be right on top of it to score those big counts.
No, you can only put them there, can't you? And just put them under a little bit of pressure, and you never know.
Jack Lewis might have underdone the weight here with his first, so chance now with that shorter one of Jack Lewis to try and get right on top of this.
Yeah, you're right, Lee. That one right next to that centre line, a bowl right on top of it now would be very, very handy.
Terry Antrim
just wants to miss the Jack now, and he has. So finishing behind.
Okay. That's
next
okay.
best.
Don't mind that.
He didn't mean to, but if he drew one close, he was probably going there with his next one anyway. So he just
a metre more weight required here for Jack.
Okay, here we go. Things are getting interesting.
Big opportunity here. Terry Antrim now can really lock this away. Well, not lock it away, but make it very difficult here for Cabra. Draws this Jack, front hopper. Could be a big bowl here for Soldiers.
Needs to hold around these front ones.
Well, he needs a bit of luck through the hole, does he? Weight was good too. Weight was all over it. He's just missed his line by a couple of bowls.
But Aaron Wilson's seen enough. He's already up at the end.
It's like,
he knows what he
this
has to
is
do.
how you do it, guys. I'm not mucking around.
Yeah.
Look at that line that he's got. Much higher than everyone else. And that's still ripped back, but that will be the shot.
Oh, they're the ones as a skipper you can say it was pretty easy, isn't it?
Yeah, didn't look that hard at all, fellas. Yep. Thanks very much. Just tuck it in behind there so Leif can't see it.
I was going to say the other thing is he's curled right in front of the Soldiers Point bowls.
Yeah.
Looks like Leif's going to play down that side too to see if he can't get some contact through there. And got the Tony Hinton bowl coming in.
If he's thinking really adventurous, the wider one of Jack Smith as well. He can find an angle off that back to the shot bowl if he's looking at that.
I feel like he'll just try and play it with perfect weight with his first. Keep his bowl around the area. Just peel Tony's bowl off the line out of the way of that shot bowl to give him a chance with his next one.
Is he going to get enough? Is he going to get down
that
inside
works.
edge of
that
that
works.
and across? Well, Lee Stinson, you called it.
Only thing with it is he's probably taken out the chance unless Aaron helps him. here to get Aaron Wilson's first bowl out.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to, the edge of that was probably one with more weight to then come onto Aaron's bowl and take it out, but done enough for a shot. Wilson following this one down already.
Aaron Wilson gets on the inside of the last. He does. Oh, not quite.
Well, what it has done though is lock that bowl in
You're not
there.
getting them both out, are you? I think you'll see. Wade will probably still stay on that hand, I think, Gaz, because as I said, he has got the Tony Hinton bowl coming up as well.
Yeah, up and over that one, gives him a 2. I don't think there's anything else on, even a touch of the jack. Either hand doesn't really do anything for him, not that he can get to it on his backhand, I don't think. Switched hands on the forehand just to try and draw another shot.
Yeah,
Toucher won't help him really, I don't think.
Oh, he looks under the grass here to me. That hand's starting to really rip, and I tell you, we can feel that wind on our backs, can't we, guys? It was... The wind's swapped around again, Lee.
It has, yeah.
It is Soldiers Point to score on that end. First bowl there for 𝗟𝗑𝗩𝗘. They narrow the gap, 13-8. Just a big enough margin on each rink for Cabramatta at the moment, as you're going to need a little ticker on the bottom of the screen for Jackson to the ditch. That's number 4 so far. And we mentioned earlier in the first 3 occasions, the opposition have won the end. So the stats lie in favour of Cabra for end number 12.
Well, the Leeds don't get their drink after the match tonight. They're out here with a bucket of jacks. Get ready for tomorrow. No, it's never easy to throw the jack on the carpet, particularly when you're not used to the weight of the jack. I'm sure Soldiers Point, though, would probably have a similar weighted jack, wouldn't they, fellas? They'd have same
they'd
sort
have
of
to,
stuff.
wouldn't they?
Yeah, yep.
Similar surface.
It's Tony, current New South Wales Senior State men's side representative, made his debut just last year and was part of that men's team that went on to win the Australian Championships for the New South Wales senior men's side, going through that event undefeated.
Brilliant.
Yeah, big effort that is, isn't it? At any Australian Championship to go through undefeated. That's huge.
Of course, was runner-up in the Australian Open as well last year in the 60s men's pairs.
Pairs, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, with Warren Shipley.
Strong man, Tony Hinton.
Oh, how often do you do that? Play the right weight and run in your own. Luckily, you got it toward the middle.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Got pretty well.
Tell you what, every time that door opens up there, you get a waft of the Chinese outside of it. That smells sensational coming out of that door.
Does smell good.
Jamie Lee.
Corrected well here.
Always does, doesn't she? Brilliant bowling.
Talk about the strong Asian community here in the area. We actually partnered up with the club last year to run a big multicultural day out here on the greens at Cabramatta, and a good way to try and introduce a lot of new cultures into the sport. You've got to work with the area that you have around you. And
there we go. What a cracker! Brilliant. It's hard to see on the camera. Not sure if he drew the shot. I'm saying he has.
I think he has, mate. Yeah. It's a really good shot. He's got a really good technique, Andrew. Like, just watching him pretty closely, he's really well balanced. He's nice and smooth, the same every time. And that sets him up really well to play as consistently as he has. And obviously, like we said before, the club singles. Good effort there from Jack Smith. A little bit stiff.
Yeah, Jack's played those shots really well in this game. He's just up and over a bowl or turned a head around with that You know, that's foot and a half of weight each time.
Oh, I've got him again. I've done it
Oh,
again.
Gazza.
Man, I've just got to shut up. The poor bugger. I got him. No, he has played super well. Very consistent. Same sort of bowl here from Jack Smith, just arriving here in the forehand. Get a turn out of the white and purple.
I've got to say, it's the first time I've actually been here with the lights on undercover. These lights here are absolutely fantastic. Probably the best I've seen.
Lights are good, yeah.
I've seen a fair few lights undercover, but this here, it is brilliant. Lit up really well.
Things are tightened up, gents, on the masterboard. See from our live view here at the venue that the Healy and 𝗥𝗡𝗨𝗡𝗏 game is back to 11 shots apiece.
Yeah, it's game on, Lee. You're right.
Yeah,
It's
we'll get that
tightened
updated
right
on our screen in a moment, but that's, well, and actually Healy's just scored again,
12-11.
just as we mentioned that, to go 12-11. So 35-27 though. They have done the job of getting it back to single figures, Soldiers Point.
Yeah, doing a great job, aren't they?
They've been a tough side to put away so far in the event. Just looking through their previous results, started off with 4 straight losses, but only by 10, 5, 9 and 2. All those losses. And then their only other loss was the last round to East Maitland, and that was by 3 shots. Mm-hmm. So they've not been beaten by more than 10 at any stage throughout the year.
Yeah, Jack fighting this tied to hand with some weight. We just see it just hold out there. Got a bit fortunate with where it ended up.
We're stubborn creatures, us bowlers, aren't we? We just keep throwing them down the same line. It's like this really wide backhand. You know, how many bowls have you seen go tight on this backhand? Just got to believe what you see.
Yeah, you hear that a lot, don't you, Gaz? You know, the good players saying, believe what you see, don't believe what you know. You know, and what they mean by that is, don't follow what you think your bowl does, follow what's actually happening out there.
100%. 100%.
You might roll up all week and it does one thing, but then game day it's a bowl or two different. Lewis, has he corrected the line? It certainly looks like he has. So Aaron really looking up this one. Good second shot.
Done very well there.
Played it well. A bit unlucky down that line not to make the shot.
Yeah, and that green bowl looks like a beacon for Aaron Wilson on the forehand. So Leif will really have to try and get another bowl, draw another shot here on the backhand, I think, and just take that away from him. And he's out on the higher line. Is he? No, he's missed under as well. Jeez, that
just needs to push forward
there, isn't it?
Yeah, he looked on a high, he certainly was on a higher line, but it has turned a mile. He wasn't far away. Here we go, the green bowl.
Yeah, that looks
connection
good for him, doesn't it?
Standing out.
About 3/4 of it from the mat end.
How's he looking? Well, he's getting right in under.
You did notice there, he didn't miss it on that high side. He had the opportunity
right.
to watch his teammates before him. He knew he couldn't get out too wide and hope for the turn, but potentially if he was just under, it might hold for him. But he has kicked the bowl out into the perfect draw line of 𝗟𝗏.
Yeah, well, there's a big decision to be made here because he's got to be very careful. I believe the 4 backward are against Leif now.
Yeah, they are too, Gaz. Yep.
So if he doesn't get something back there, Aaron Wilson can play any weight he likes through the short bowl of Tony Hinton's to get the jack straight back in the ditch and make a 4 if Leif doesn't do something about it. Even still, Leif can get back and Disco can still play that green bowl out and drop a 1, but you'd rather drop a 1 at this stage than drop a 4.
Yeah, that's where he's definitely going for that cover and give Aaron that chance.
Slightly to the wrong side of the line that he wanted, but he has got one pass, which was the first objective.
He's still going to have a look at this disco. He still can get that jack. Still get that jack back down the line 3 feet. You get turned back. He's just shaping up on the backhand here. He can get the jack clean or get his bowl on the forehand.
Looks like the signals there was that he was going to play forehand. We'll know pretty soon.
Sticking with the forehand.
Not too firm, just trying to find that green bowl. You see it there in shot now.
Close, isn't he, guys? He's close, and he's got it. Disco
Really
Wilson.
made 2. He's actually
Two
made
shots.
2 of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect bowl. He had many, many options, but took the time at the head to have a chat about things. Worked it out, and you can see it there. Perfectly split those 2 opposition bowls away. Could not have hit it any squarer, could he?
Got it perfect.
Did get it perfect, didn't he? Yeah.
The opposition both bowls going away at the same pace. 2 shots for the Aaron Wilson rink. They extend their lead. And it keeps the run up for Jackson the Ditch for the lead and 4 wins for the opposition.
I think it looked like a bread and butter shot, didn't it? But what he actually had to do, Tony Hinton bowler had moved out, it had changed the angle slightly. The green bowl wasn't standing out of Jack Lewis as much as it was previously, so he had to be weight perfect on a harder hand, or that tighter hand, and he just did it so well, made it look easy.
The team just updating the scoreboard behind us. We'll have that back for you shortly, but it is 37-27 overall in favour of Cabramatta after 34 ends. So a little past halfway.
Tony out on a fairly high line, but that's where they're coming from now with that slight change in breeze. He gets all the way back to the line.
That was such a high line, and he's still under the line. Really. Yeah.
Oh, well, cycling velodrome, the higher you get up the bank.
The further they come back.
The BA headquarters are down there. Where there's a cycling track in the middle there. Was there a bowling green there ever at one point?
There was.
Indoor?
Yeah, there's a carpet on the... Yeah, yep. I don't know if it's still there. I don't think it's there anymore, but there was. Yeah, definitely was. A blue carpet there at one stage. 7 rinks, I think.
He's played this one well.
He's out there well again,
Yeah,
Tone.
good line.
It's a lot better set, Tony Hinton. Very good.
Jack Smith on the mat for Cabra. We mentioned he's their current club singles champion, but had a great season in 24-25. New South Wales State Triples champion alongside Ben Moorthorpe and Aaron Wilson. They went on to win a silver at the Nationals and also made the semi-final of the state fours up at Ballina in the same season and was rewarded with those great results and a couple of others by being named the Bowls New South Wales Male Breakout Bowler of the Year for 2025. And well deserved, and he's come onto the scene really well, Gary, here at the club over the past couple of years since moving across from Picnic Point.
Yeah, he has. He was, I believe he played City Country as a junior. So he was a promising young junior, and yeah, I think he just got into work and then eventually came across to Cabra, and Aaron Wilson's taken him under his wing, played with him a lot, and obviously that's rubbed off and really brought him on, and he's just loving the game, and he's loving having a game with Disco, I think. So
they're really tight mates
yeah,
too, aren't
they
they?
are. They're good. They're close mates, and And yeah, it's great to see him back in the mix. So as a young New South Wales junior, so really good.
Oh, just feathers the jack.
He does. Makes it better for his team though. So good shot. Andrew Henry now looks a little bit quick here. What's happening?
He is.
Does he stay with it? See that jack spring. Wow.
Well, look at that there. So what's that bowl finish? Nearly 4 feet away from the jack, and he hit it pretty well in the centre.
Yep.
Yep, they run a mile. Those big jacks.
So the jacks go on, I'd say twice as far as the bowl there upon contact. Now it is 1 to Cabra. Jack Lewis trying to add to the count.
Yeah,
a lot of draw shots from here, isn't there? You can see those wall of bowls at the front now with that jack move back.
Terry Antrim won't mind that. It's bread and butter for him.
Popped out of his delivery there a little bit.
He did, yeah.
Bloke I've seen that in the middle there. One of the characters of our game and an all-round good bloke can play. Jimmy Reynolds. Good to see him out there.
Well, another cool climate specialist, Jimmy, living in Canberra. Liking the conditions tonight.
Ah, great shot, Jack Lewis.
I was about to say the first one that could curl one round the pack, he's going to have pole position.
Yes, that will be very hard to beat.
I don't think Terry likes this one either. Catches things at the front.
This is turning ugly for Leif very quickly. Aaron Wilson, you'd expect him to add to the count.
You can somehow draw alongside that last one of Jack Lewis, just in front of Jack High as well. It's going to make things awfully hard for Selby to get to. Just needs this one to ease in nicely now.
So slow down a little. Push the jack out.
That's incredibly unlucky to get round to that jack.
Yeah.
Open up opportunities for Leif on the commentary box side, the clubhouse side of the rink.
It's not all bad, although it does open up this club side draw, doesn't it? We know how far it's bending down
top
this
left
side.
of screen, yeah, past that TAB icon, top left of screen. Yeah. That's where the ball's going to try and come in now for Selby.
This is where he's coming.
He just need to get as close as he can, doesn't he, at this stage?
Yeah. Oh, it's got a lot of running to do, guys.
Well, he's pointed really, really well. He's just left that, well, probably screens. It doesn't look that far, but it's actually about 2 metres.
And in a really awkward spot for his next. 2 was the indication from Jack Lewis to Aaron Wilson.
So I don't think he'll change too much, fellas, will he? He'll just try and draw another shot here. It's really hard for Leif to get the shot. Try and get as close as he can, Aaron Wilson. He's close again. Great shot.
Great shooting. Wow, he's good. Well, to me, that's 1, 2, 3.
3 the indication.
4.
Leif needs to add
I'm
over a metre.
Oh, the back white bowl, yeah.
The weight's better.
Yeah.
Just got to get right back now. Leif Selby trying very hard. What an effort.
Terrific attempt. Doesn't quite fall back in. So we know it's at least 2. And the guys are going to get down and measure for the third. See those scores in the other rinks. Closing up there. Nick Cale, 10-9 in front of Brad Pavey. Carl Healy, 13-11 over Sheldon Bagri-Howley. And 3 shots it is.
3 it is.
Fortunate jack movement midway through the end there for Andrew Henry. Turn things in favour of Cabramatta, and the Wilson Rink 18-8 now in front. So take the opportunity to get you some scores from other venues. Start at the bottom, St John's Park 23-16 in front of Wenty Leagues, third of the way through that game. Raymond Terrace 34-10 in front of Belrose after 25 ends. It's Maryland's 25 have now gone in front of East Maitland 16 after 27 ends. Close there between Charlestown and Engadine, but it is the away Engadine Cougars who are leading 27 shots to 22. There at the moment after 28 ends. And it looks like it's going to be a big win for the Warilla Gorillas tonight. Midway through that game, they lead Carlingford 53 shots to 18.
Ooh, wow. Wow, and Carlingford are one of them sides fighting for a possible top 5, so...
Of big results there. I can see Gary Kelly 24-5 in front of Darren Morrison, including a count of 7 and 6.
Dear oh dear.
At different points during the game.
Notice a change in the Warilla setup too, with Corey not skipping this week. Luke Jones obviously filled in last week with Gary away. Did a good job, so they've left him at skip, and Corey's playing third to Gary now. So.
Yeah, and I think that news through the week with Corey Wedlock moving over to Marylands, he'll be pretty determined to finish at the club on a high, so I'm sure they'll all be getting around him, and he'll be doing everything he possibly can to contribute to a successful season, being his last at Warilla.
Tell you what, not a bad backhand. Corey Wedlock into Gary Kelly. Bullants are up, aren't they?
Big Cabramatta cheers on the rink next door. We're not sure what the score was, but Gales Rink has scored again.
You wouldn't think that Jimmy Reynolds is a Canberra boy now, would you? He's that rugged up. I didn't even recognise it was him until you said it, Jace. He's got the hoodie on. He's in disguise. He's
getting soft in his old age, I think.
I look over on the far rink and I can see Warren Shipley, no jumper at all, pair of shorts.
He is insane, that man.
He's hard as nails. Hard as nails.
I guess he played a lot of soccer in his day, didn't he, Shippo? So he would have been used to the colder weather. It was always a winter sport, wasn't it? The soccer.
Good first one there for Andrew Henry on that forehand where he played well a couple of ends ago.
Just wants this to get all the way back now, just heading on through, that's okay.
And he's just overcorrected there, he was determined not to be short again. Dropped his first bolt, 8 feet short.
He's got this one across the face of the head. Yeah, this one, yeah, you see it there go.
Doesn't it go that side at the moment? Wow.
We'd won last time we did the Friday night game, guys, and we had Engadine off that
off
side
that
rink there.
well.
On that rink, it was turning back like that. If you are just joining us, a bit of a breeze here this evening in Sydney, and that's the way the breeze is going. Even though we're undercover and close to the clubhouse, it's certainly still having an effect.
That will go if he doesn't get a connection. It's going under. Little toucher here from 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗏 would be nice for Soldiers Point. This stage, the way his head's shaping up, in the stage of the game.
Well, let's see if Terry's found it.
He's under as well.
He's flying in underneath as well. Wow. Yeah, touch is huge for Soldiers. Huh? You got 2 Andrew Henry bowls just sitting there waiting to catch. See Jack now give this a real good chance wide.
I think he's left it there for them. Once again, another opportunity. He wants 3 feet on his last bowl, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗏. Slightly higher line. Draw these shot. Little toucher of a foot is fantastic. You're one down.
Sure, he's out of
Give
the
him a
weight
chance.
though, gents.
Don't think he has. Probably shorter, Lee.
Still Cabramatta holding at least one. Early bowl there from Jamie Lee Warsnop, still the closest. Free rein here into the jack for Wilson to add to the count.
He hasn't missed a shot for a while, fellas, so I'd back him in. And I've got him again.
Just needs the right weight. This green bowl of Lewis is
There you
close
go,
to counting. I think you're right, Gaz. He's safe.
Got him? Oh,
He's
very
got
good.
it. You got one, Gaz.
Thank
The
goodness.
law of averages were in favour.
That's brilliant. So it's only taken about 6 matches, hasn't it? Brilliant. Still same for Leif. 2 down, touch the jack, draw the shot.
Essentially that last one of Aaron Wilson's just sitting high of the jack might give him that sort of reason to get out on that good line.
He's on the high line, but how's his run? He's giving it every chance, so it's not going to get back for him.
Probably draw line with trail weight.
Yeah, he just pressed on that a bit, didn't he, just to make sure he was up. He knows he's got an opportunity there. He's just landed on it a little bit. His technique hasn't changed at all, has it, Leif Selby? It looks exactly the same. Aaron Wilson's on a good line.
He's a better line than his first. This could be really good if he's the same weight.
He's not, but that's got right in Leif's eye, but it's not stopping Leif.
I think Leif will just be drawing the shot now. Not worrying about the jack, just draw as close as he can.
Needs to be perfect weight to bend down here underneath the green bowls. A chance.
Use
too
it.
thick. He's got it too thick. Probably still 2 down. Yeah, he is.
So close to being perfect, but it is going to be Cabramatta that score another 2. 20 shots to 8 here on this rink. They haven't been able to get things going for them after that big count of 5 a few ends ago. Nice short length again thrown by Cabramatta. Brad gave you a compliment this time, Gary, saying you finally weren't a mock on a player.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Thanks for the encouragement, mate. Much appreciated.
Mark Baker saying, goes those Raiders, Gazza.
Stop it.
Must be a good bloke, that Mark Baker.
Yeah, well, he's a Doggies fan, so he's...
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
is that a sarcastic?
It is sarcastic,
right.
yeah. He knows he got us a couple of weeks ago, so happy to throw that one back in there.
Talk about the rain we had here earlier. I wouldn't mind seeing our Raiders play a game without some rain.
Wouldn't that be nice?
3 weeks in a row. Manly, New Zealand at home last week, all in pouring rain. The battle of the commentary box on Sunday afternoon as our Raiders, Gary, take on Jason Sharks.
Oh, it'll be on. It's going to be
Hopefully
on.
we're off the air in the commentary on Sunday by the time.
We probably will be.
Yeah, I've got a pain in the tummy. Might be sick that day.
Yeah, late afternoon match, aren't we? Early morning Platinum Pennant, late afternoon Sharkies.
Tony Hinton trying to draw back down to this jack.
Yeah, I think he's not quite.
There's the two big games to come in coverage over the course of the weekend. Really looking forward to tomorrow night. We get our first trip to Raymond Terrace. Top of the table, undefeated, and they take on the reigning champion, Maryland's Magic. So that should be an absolute cracker tomorrow night.
Give us a good look at Jack Smith. It'll give us a good look at what the Raymond Terrace crowd's all about, because we know we're heading up there for the finals 2 weeks later. I'm sure being top of the table, and if they win tonight, undefeated, I reckon they might get a good crowd there tomorrow.
It should be a fantastic crowd. We're on air just before 6 p.m. local time.
Nick Cahill again's played a big bowl over there. Don't know what the result was, but they're up.
And, of course, on Sunday, we'll wait and see what ladder positions mean for this match, but it's East Maitland Griffins at home to Charlestown Tigers. Could have huge ramifications for both clubs. Big final weekend in sectional play here at the TAB Platinum Pennant.
It's up and over that. Yeah, that's a great bowl. Exactly what they would have wanted. Just locks that right in behind the jack now. That Jamie Lee bowl.
I think Terrace, they've got 2 games remaining at home out of the last 3, is that correct? Home tonight. Another one at home?
Home tomorrow night.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're commentating from there tomorrow night.
Yeah, sorry, home tomorrow night, yeah. And tonight they're...
They finish away at Soldiers Point. So
Finish
they're
away at Soldiers
home
Point.
today to Belrose, which
tonight.
they're well in front.
Yep, home
Earlier
tomorrow.
on, they're home to Marylands and then travel across to Soldiers Point.
So 2 of their last 3, so it's a really good lead-in, isn't it? And, they've already locked their finals in, and then they're at home, so 2 games now. Really good test against Marylands just to see where they're at,
Exactly.
so...
But an opportunity to put a stamp on the competition, isn't it? They can go out there and try and dominate Marylands and go, hey, all right, everyone, you've got to catch us.
Yep.
They've got a big chance of making a big statement.
Interim just going past. But the other point to it is, depending on how things progress tonight as well, they could have the opportunity to eliminate a serious threat in Marylands from the competition.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, good call, Lee.
May have the chance to put a huge dent in Maryland's finals hopes. Antrim just a little over with his first, just trying to back down onto these bowls.
Just got the outside edge, so still a couple down there.
Yeah, Jack's sitting on the other side of that blue and pink bowl. Jamie Lee Warsnop.
Could be 3 down.
Yeah, there's a nice view of the Jack there from side on. That one black bowl there just on its angle of Tony Hinton, the nearest Soldiers bowl.
Just looking to draw another shot around those bowls on his forehand. His weight was probably good enough. Would have got back.
He's obviously trying to eliminate any angle on the other hand for Leif to be able to use.
Leif's had one of those games tonight where every single end the shot he's had to play has been the most difficult shot you wouldn't want to have to play, and he's been forced into this just by the quality of the Cabramatta team, the players who got in the team, and he's going to have to do it again here.
A firm weight.
Yeah, looking for the jack, looking for the
close. He's close.
One out.
Oh. He's one out.
There's still a couple there for Cabra. I think Aaron just, calls to come down the same side again. Don't leave any extra target there for Selby to run through.
Oh, he snuck. Oh, my goodness.
Way in. Thought he was getting underneath the other bowl and potentially turning the Tony Hinton one closer.
Actually, did he touch Tony's bowl and still manage to wiggle through there and count? He's touched it and he's probably still got 3. Yeah.
And probably made the strike harder on the other hand by falling sort of half obscuring the jack down the back end.
That can't be looking good if you leave Selby.
No.
That cannot be looking good at all.
No. He's probably got a view of half a jack.
You can't run at that. This is a dead draw, isn't it?
Oh, they were discussing 2 to 3 metres on and trying to sit or trail.
Yeah, on that tight hand, 2 or 3 metres on. We've seen it a bit tonight. It's a hard shot to play.
He's arriving.
It's probably sitting Aaron Wilson's bowl if he can draw down to it.
You see it again.
He's caught the straight run, yep.
3 shots to Cabramatta. And things starting to build again for the Bullants. They've kicked it back over 20 on the master board. Big run of ends here.
Yeah, Cahill's obviously played a couple of big bowls in the middle and got shots, and Wilson's just stretched this one right out. But that Healing-𝗥𝗡𝗨𝗡 match is very, very tight.
As we said, every point is going to be crucial leading into finals. It's going to be potentially coming down to that for difference between 3rd and 4th and getting that second chance, or difference between 5th and 6th and not even making the finals. So, way things are shaping up on the ladder, it is looking like we will have Raymond Terrace as minor premiers as Jamie Lee starts off with another terrific draw. Both St John's Park and Warilla continue on their winning ways tonight. They're going to strengthen up those top three spots. Cabramatta currently in 4th, having a nice win here at the moment. Could all boil down to Wendy Leagues and Marylands for that 5th and final place in the finals. But 2.5 matches to go. Plenty of things can change in that time.
Yeah, blockbuster match there at the moment. Obviously, St John's and Wenty. The result will be big for the top 5, I think.
And then you look at those two, the same 2 teams, Wenty and Marylands. They've got Cabramatta and Raymond Terrace respectively. So, yeah, it's massive in the mix of things for that top 5.
Jamie Lee, just textbook stuff with the leading.
Tony Hinton's all over this jack here.
Yeah, great reply, Tone. Again, unfortunate, just gets that little drag of the jack back to Jamie Lee again. But he's given his bowls more chances, finishing in better areas for his side.
Gets the angle past the jack, and that's not going to look nice up front for Soldiers Point.
I don't think we'll be short. I don't think we'll be short with this one, fellas. Oh, geez, okay.
Yeah, said it earlier, didn't I, Gaz? These heads have been ugly, and I thought, Kind of expected a little bit more aggression into him, but just haven't seen that yet.
No, I'll tell you what, he made a pretty good fist. It was a difficult shot to play. But you're right, yeah, I agree, Jace. I think like a head like that, you sort of, start again.
23-8 down on the board. Yeah, still 6 ends to go. They can do a lot of work here to still assist with that master board. So I think you've got to go here.
Yeah, Leif's called for a bigger shot here. So I think, and you can frustrate, you can change the momentum of the game too. So if you can kill a couple of ends, if they start to build, and then the game drags out a little bit, we know Aaron Wilson, they're in a bit of a rhythm at the moment, so anything can break that up. How's he going? Oh, great strike.
Good hit.
Oh, well, and the Jack unbelievably has gone through all kinds of gaps on the other ring and not touched a thing.
He actually missed the other Jack on the other rink by
How
about 2
did
mil.
it get through all that over there?
Missed the Jack by millimetres, missed all the other bowls by less than that. But a terrific hit there from Andrew Henry. Saw that Jack fire out. Got that away so sweetly.
Very good. As I said earlier, that technique is good. It's good with the weighted shot as well as the draw shot.
There went the Jack off to the left.
That's gone.
And it went, well, you didn't quite see it. It went so quickly, but it went between all of those bowls and the Jack. And didn't touch a thing next door. So the umpire gets to stay in their chair. They don't have to go and make a ruling on that neighbouring rink.
Wow. Look, the whole downside is we've seen a few good fielding attempts in the Platinum Pennant this year, Lee, and I've got to say, I think Jamie Lee let the side down there. No dive onto the ground or anything. I've seen a few of them this season. Hey?
I think they were probably expecting some of the bowls to move, weren't they? And, Andrew just found that gap perfectly.
So early in the season, dives onto the rink and everything.
Yeah. JL put both, if you get it on the replay, she put both her arms up in the air and just chased it.
Might just mention that to her later on, eh? Ask her, what was she thinking there?
A bowler, not a baseballer.
Saw a couple in the Premier League too, actually. Diving over to the opposite rink. Yeah, bit of it happening. Some bowlers think of their cricketers. Jamie Lee knew that she wasn't, so...
David McCann tuning in from Nerang Bowls Club up on the Gold Coast. Nice spot to be. Comment there from Light Rock as well. Troy Somerville, Tom Ellam and Leif Selby, what a team they were. All came through the Illawarra Bowls Academy. Back through the 90s, Gary, that would have been, wouldn't it?
Yep. Yeah. They were Tommy. Certainly Troy was around. We were juniors together.
Karen Murphy, part of that similar timeline going through when those guys were.
Illawarra Academy. Yeah, Tommy was a little bit younger than us, not much, but a little bit.
Back playing again now too. Tommy playing Grade 1 Pennant in the Illawarra, playing for one of the new clubs that's coming actually, the Warra Wales.
Okay, yeah. It's a real family affair, isn't it?
Daniel's there. Daniel's there, and Dan's wife and Daniel's son actually, Riley.
Yep. They got half the team
in the club there as well.
Good on him.
Good to see Tommy back playing as well. Yeah, you see that Carl Healy rink, score of 3 on their last end, and they've gone ahead as well. So as it sits, it's a 10-0 result for Cabra. Doesn't seem all that long ago, guys. The masterboard was at 7 or 8.
7, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Cabra's just gone and turned the screws back on Soldiers Point. So
what would it be, 8 or 9 ends, that turnaround?
It doesn't seem all that long ago, does it?
Much, yeah.
In around the halfway mark, it was over 20 early on, and Soldiers Point fought their way back into the match.
He doesn't like it out of his hand.
Just quick for that line.
I don't think he can use any of that there. No, he's just got it a bit too solid. But
we saw a running race back to the mat by the thirds. Jack Lewis, the winner there. 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗡 with silver.
I'd back Jack Lewis in every day of the week.
Well, he's trying to get the blood flowing, I reckon. Jesus.
He's built like a whippet, Jack Lewis. He probably runs like the wind. I think he does. He plays touch for New South Wales or something, doesn't he? Odds tag or something. Pretty talented sportsman.
One of the new recruits to Cabra this year, of course. Jack was at the Engadine Cougars for the past few years. Actually, obviously the first 2 platinum campaigns, but from the mid-north coast originally, and found his way into Engadine. But obviously a big opportunity. If you're asked by one of the huge clubs such as Cabramatta, it's hard not to take up that chance. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, in that emerging Jackaroos squad, playing with and against all those other Jackaroos that the club has here at Cabra, it's pretty tough to not want to further your game by being with the likes of Aaron Wilson.
Oh, getting around that company every single day of the week must put you in good stead for competitions and events later on down the track too, so you couldn't knock the opportunity back, could you?
Yeah, there's 2 really quick ways to improve your game. That's to play against the best or to play with the best. And he's certainly playing with the best at the moment in Aaron Wilson, as has Jack Smith, and learned a lot and done a lot in the last couple of years, as we said before. So Cabramatta holding 1 or 2. Aaron Wilson adding to the count once again.
Yeah, it's definitely helped Jack Smith to win the club singles at Cabramatta. That's no mean feat.
Where was Gary Willis in that draw? How did he not make the final, Jace? Check that out.
What happened there, mate?
Yeah, no, I generally don't.
You go with the seniors.
I don't like not having anyone to blame, so I don't play singles.
You play well under direction, don't you, Gaz? That's what it is. You play well under direction.
Oh, mate, probably won't even go there.
All right, Leif going big now, looking for the jack.
Oh, he's just picked that bowl of Wilson's out and not moved the jack at all.
He's made the hole bigger now, so it's made it even harder for him.
How can you do that? Just missed the jack, didn't even get the jack off that bowl. Wilson not making around. He's into it again.
Just over. He's taken a little bit of extra time here with the change of shot.
2 down. Needs this one to stop. What have oversent. He has
tracked it well, just as you said. He has oversent that.
2 further shots to his Cabramatta rink.
It's just going out further and further, isn't it, guys?
25-8.
Talking 28 shots now. That's very, very ominous. It's going to be a big, big slog back for Soldiers Point from this mark, and still opportunities with that middle rink and that far rink to pick up rink points. 18 ends, 28 shots. It actually doesn't sound like a lot, really. All 3 rinks pick up a couple of shots each, and that just keeps reducing it. But
doesn't look like much until you see
at this level
Wilson, Warsnott, Reynolds, Murphy, Healy.
Yeah, keeps going.
Etc., all the way across
Bruce,
the green.
Phillips, Lewis. Let's just keep going. Morthorpe, yeah.
Kale, look at them all.
Oh, Cattell. Yeah, how are you getting 28 shots in 18 ends against these guys?
So I wouldn't be confident
you
if I was
must.
28 in front with 18 minutes to go against these guys.
That's exactly right.
You never say never, but the mountain is big. It will be a big one to climb for Soldiers Point. So
Just shows how good a weekend we're going to be in for at finals time. You just mentioned all of these current international, former international, state representatives all across the park here for Cabra, and they're running fourth on the ladder at the moment.
Okay.
So we're going to be in for a treat come finals, April 11 and 12.
Jamie Lee.
We'll have 4 different playing sessions, starting off with the elimination battle between 4th and 5th on Saturday afternoon, and further games Saturday night, Sunday morning, and culminating in the grand final, 3 p.m. start, Sunday, April 12 at Raymond Terrace. And if their Jets are anywhere near that last day of play, it's going to be one fantastic atmosphere.
Lee, I said right from the first time I jumped in the commentary box, right, because the finals are at Raymond Terrace, they make top 5, they win it. I'm still going with that.
that's a big call. You think of home ground finals. So Warilla couldn't do it first time round. Cabramatta couldn't do it.
Yeah.
In Platinum 2, can Raymond Terrace Jets be the ones to...
Only slight
break the
variation that I would say, guys, is that Bowls New South Wales manages the rink draws for finals. So
that's interesting.
sides won't necessarily get that rink draw that they're accustomed to throughout the season. And that's just, in essence, to assure that we're trying to cover as many rinks as possible. We don't want to just, continually stream the same rink throughout finals weekend all the time. So,
no, you're right. That makes a very good point, because that Raymond Terrace side, they've got their rinks set every single week, every year. They get the same skippers are on those same rinks.
So, Lee, you're saying you haven't told them they're on the grass out the back yet? Or?
I was there a few weekends ago for some work, and I'm not quite sure that back grass screen's quite ready for play. We'll get out, as we said, first look at it. The venue this season tomorrow night. A Saturday fixture after having 2 full greens of local Pennant during the afternoon. I'm sure they'll have a big crowd, coupled with their position on the ladder and trying to remain undefeated.
They do get up a bit, don't they? There at the terrace, they got a little balcony there. They do.
Yep. Yeah, they're fantastic supporters. Really good. You guys are going to have a cone of silence there, because they get loud. They're up and about. They're really good. So.
Of course, we miss you tomorrow night, Gary. You're locked in Metro Grade 1 Pennant.
Yes.
For the Bullants. How are you going so far? We haven't really asked you much about your
No,
season.
we're going okay. Yeah, we've had a few wins. So we've got St John's Park at St John's Park tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be out there doing our best again. So hopefully the sun's out. That'd be nice.
The weather forecast is a lot better for the next 2 days.
Excellent.
So for all of you in and around the Sydney area who have had less than ideal conditions today, hopefully by the time your Pennant matches get underway tomorrow in all parts of Sydney and surrounds, that the weather has improved, and hopefully this cold snap that we have here at the moment doesn't push around into other parts of the state. We want to see as many of those Pennant games going through.
Newcastle's turning on mid to high 20s tomorrow for us, Lee, I'm hearing. So
you'll be able to thaw out, Jace.
Skips go back to the mat. Still Jamie Lee holding shot there at the moment. 30 centimetres of room. Contact is Aaron Fine. Well, he gets the gap.
Just got fresh air down through there. Yeah, up and over Jamie would have been ideal. Leif get it back enough here? No, he's just sliding on through as well.
Somebody might have looked down the other side there to turn their own or sit the shot. Aaron Wilson all about weight now. Can he curl past?
Leif Selby just looking to draw the shot.
Yeah, not much else on for Leif. Just might have slid on by again though, so
there'll be another end to the Bullants as they score one. 26-8 here on our feature game. And just can't quite get things going, can they, Soldiers Point? They scored a 5 early on, got this rink back to 11 shots to 7. But that's now 6 consecutive ends for the Bullants. 3 doubles, 2 triples, and that last end of 1.
It's just been a really good all-round team performance by this Cabramatta rink. All 4 of them have contributed, provided great bowls, effective bowls, put them in good areas, and basically Disco sat in an armchair.
Yeah, I think that you're right, Jace. I think they've outplayed him in every position, really. Jack Smith's had a good tussle with Andrew Henry, but I think he's probably just got over the top of him, and it's just compounded the difficulty of the shots that Leif's had to play, and they just haven't been able to find the answer tonight.
We just haven't weighted their bowls well enough, which has led to all the angles sort of going against.
Even when Jamie Lee hasn't been on it, she's finishing that 2 metres behind, and a lot of the time they've come into the equation they have. So,
well, I think even a couple of opportunities there when Cabra did go off for a couple of ends, Disco stood up and drew the shot or played 2 bombs, or so it's just it's been relentless pressure, really, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think as much as Soldiers Point would love to get a rink or 2 here, so would Cabramatta, so they'll be working just as hard to make sure they get those rinks.
Oh, they want the 10.
They won't be complacent at all, so yeah. And they'll be talking to each other about it in their rinks. They'll be making sure that they stay on track, they maintain the focus, don't get carried away with the big board at the moment. They've got the game wrapped up, but I think, the game within the game is just really focused on getting those 3 rinks and that 10 points.
Well, I guess the focus is away from the masterboard now, isn't it, Gaz? They can be pretty comfortable that that's locked up. Let's really focus on our rink only and nothing else. And, bring it home from there. They get their rink up, the masterboard sorts itself out in the long run.
Yep.
A bit different in tight games. You like to feed off the positivity of other rinks when something good happens, but in this situation, just knuckle down, look after your own rink for now.
Yeah, stick to the basics. If you're Cabramatta, stick to the basics. Win the end, win your rink.
They've done it already a couple of times this season. 10-0 win over Charlestown back in round 2. Also in round 4 over Maryland. So have been down this path previously. And
Jack Smith, see, good bowls, good area, isn't it? Look at that. People might say they're short bowls, but they're still effective bowls.
It's been an interesting season for Cabramatta. Started in really good fashion, 4 straight wins. Only dropped 1 rink in that whole process across the opening 4 rounds. And then 3 straight defeats.
Shooting Andrew Henry.
So Cabramatta losing at East Maitland, at Belrose, and lost a home game here against Raymond Terrace. So round 8, the last round played, they were away at St John's Park, and that was a crucial win for the Bullants. Come away won that game 67 shots to 62. Big result, just set them on the positive ledger, 5 wins and 3 losses. And
Jack Lewis is close here. Oh, just a foot too much weight, but very well down. Sorry, Lee.
That's okay, mate. That's okay. Yeah, obviously it was a big game for them to get the win away from home. Didn't want to come in tonight 4 consecutive losses.
I think they'd made some big changes too within the team that after those few losses, Lee, before that SJP game. So since then, and since they've won that game, they've had their tails up a little bit. So the changes obviously worked.
Yeah, well, Jack Lewis here, he was originally in the Healy rink. And
yeah, he was 3 for Carl. Jack Smith with 3 on this rink for Disco. And Nick Cahill was 3 for Jay Bruce, and they've swapped around as well. Karen Murphy's gone up to 3 for Carl Healy. So, yeah, quite a significant changes. Terry Antrim.
Yeah, gets their nearest ball away, falls into the count.
I was surprised they went back to that Karen Murphy-Carl Healy combination. That's been used a lot with Cabramatta, I've noticed over the years, Gas.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a combination that really works.
We'll see some pretty firm, aggressive weight here from Aaron Wilson.
Well, he hasn't had to do too much of this tonight, has he?
Gets a couple of bowls out of the way. It's sort of interesting, the things you get to see live, and I've never noticed that with Aaron before. He really gets around and gets himself almost side on those firm runners with his back foot especially, even more so, I think, than his draw shots. Obviously just an alignment thing that works well for him.
Yeah, he's always done the same from what, from the time that I've been around him. He's always had that big round arm sort of side-on action. Probably...
This is the front. Oh, he just got into that.
Probably got the best forehand drive I've ever seen, I think.
Does he get the bowls? Oh, he got them moving. Has he done enough? It'll be close there between Terry Antrim's white and Jack Smith's dark blue bowl. If any, I'd probably favour the Cabra bowl.
He's having a good look, isn't he? Pretty close.
It's an aggressive line. This hand's really swinging, so... Just been looking for a little bit of a trail there, but look at that.
He had a chance for a 3 or a 4 there, I think.
Those 2 black bowls, Tony Hinton bowls, plus the
couple of feet.
Andrew, but they end up with 1 anyway.
Soldiers ended up with shot. So they break that run of 6 straight ends for Cabra. And hopefully for Tony, after that little break, he gets the jack to his preferred length. Sure, we're going to see quite a few metres difference. And we'll see him extending the mat that little bit further back just to give himself a little bit more room at the other end. David Neesham watching on from the UK, counting down the 16th of April, the opening of their new season at the club. So hopefully things are preparing well, David, at the club in preparation of your outdoor season kicking off in a few weeks' time. And we saw in the background, Gary, that jack trickled over the edge.
Bucket of jacks, Lee. Bucket of jacks.
Yep, and we see straight away Cabramatta straight back to that short length,
That's just a real battery flattener for the team, isn't it? You've had that big run of ends against you on a certain length. You get to finally win one and pick your own length and then unfortunately lose the jack.
And it's tough on Tony too, isn't it? Because you don't want to throw it short of the tee.
No.
There's no point. And the instruction would be don't lose it short of the tee, get it on the tee. You just press on those big heavy jacks a little bit and they run a mile.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think particularly for this rink, these last few ends, it's about them trying to find some consistency and getting some positivity to go into the next 2 rounds with.
Yeah.
So if they can't find some range, yes, they'll be on some different surfaces, but try and just say, all right, let's win the next 3 ends. Leave this game knowing that they've won those. Go into your next rounds going, okay, we're on a good run. We finished off well last time. Now let's start well. So, as we mentioned, as we see Tony Hinton here, great shot. We mentioned, a couple losses here to Soldiers Point, and they can be down into that relegation area.
Yeah.
So, still a lot of work for Soldiers to do at this point in this game for future matches, I believe.
Well, we talk about, rink wins and even for and against. Even for and against could come into it, and the nitty-gritty things. Like it's really important that you just play every game out right till the very last end, the very last bowl. So, particularly, you don't want to be in that situation. So, the more you can do now, the better it is for you in the long run. So.
I guess at that club level, I know Pennant's sort of season set up. You see a result like this, and I know I've done it before myself, Gaz, as just a club player. It's quite easy to go, well, let's just get through this and get it over and done with.
Get me off the green, yeah.
But for these guys, there's still a lot to play for because 100%. They're still fighting for the chance to play in this competition next year.
That's it, yep. Yep, it is huge for the club, so... See the middle rink of Cabramatta have just skipped out to a 9-shot lead after 16 ends, now 19-10, and that's getting a bit harder for Soldiers Point on that rink. But the furthest rink, Cabramatta still only hold that slight advantage of 3 shots, 17-14 over Soldiers Point after 16 ends. So.
Said that 𝗥𝗡𝗨𝗡𝗗, he's had a pretty good run of rink wins he has, I think, for Soldiers Point over the season.
Jack Smith is stalking this.
Did he get back enough? Give it every chance, didn't he? Terry's just left that one a little bit on the short side. Surprises me because the little trail there would have been really, really good for Soldiers Point.
He's had a bit of a battle, Tezza, hasn't he? He hasn't found the weight.
Well, his first 2 ends were sensational.
He was, yeah. Played 2 big conversions. He threw the jack in the ditch and then drew another shot to set that 5 up. Yep. But in between all that, he's really sort of struggled.
This man has played sensational. Jack Lewis. 2 down. Gives his bowl good chance with good weight. Might still be down, but it's a lot better position than what it was.
Same bowl. Can he repeat, Jace?
Hardest shot in the book, Gaz. Same as the last, I reckon.
Just the man to do it. But I don't think he has. Missed the line underneath. Weight was good again. Weight was really good.
Selby on that nice big draw in hand.
Get up and over Tony. Well, he got the edge of him. Just couldn't get him up and over though. But
Just missed his weight a bit on the heavier side the last few ends to Selby.
Wilson trying to just lift this bowl.
That weight tells me that that Soldiers Point's holding.
Yeah. Yep.
Most definitely.
3 seconds for Cabra.
Well, that's the other thing too, I guess, Lee, isn't it? Yeah.
Not
Angle
anymore.
Selby find here.
Use that.
Not 3 seconds anymore.
Oh.
3/3.
Trail the Jack was a call.
Might be going edge of both bowls here. Can he get it back to the other one? Not quite.
Ain't good enough for shot, is it? No, still one down.
One down. One the Soldiers. So that's one of the ends that I said that.
It's broken the run of
Yeah.
Jack in the ditch going to the opposition.
Just saying to Gaz when you just quickly ducked off, Lee, you know, Soldiers still got a lot of work to do here. They can win these next few ends and go in with a bit of positivity to their next match. It's all about, you know, still trying to move forward, and obviously for Soldiers after this loss, trying to stay out of that relegation area as well. So
Good lead in to get some scores from other venues. 5 ends to go at Carlingford, and it's the Gorillas 69-39 in front of the Koalas in that match. Charlestown have got back ahead of Engadine 40 shots to 34 after 44 ends played there. Maryland's 32 away, leading East Maitland 26. Raymond Terrace 56 shots to 16 in front of the Belrose Bulls. So they look like being at 9-0 to start the year. And St John's Park 51-25 now in front of Wenty League. So some of the big guns are flexing their muscles at the moment. It looks like we're going to see our top 4 sides on the ladder all record victories here in round number 9. And the way things are going there, that East Maitland Marylands game is going to be crucial for the makeup of the top 5, with Wenty Leagues currently sitting in a finals position, but down by a fair margin to St John's Park at the moment. So
yeah, well, St John's have really flexed their muscle this year with their imported players that they've brought in, plus players they've brought to the club. So they are they're my dark horse. I said that as well. They've been really solid, Saints.
Well, it's worked well, hasn't it? You know, the inclusion of Nathan Black's there, Taylor Mail. That's it seems like a really good crew over there this year.
Good young blokes, and they're probably in form too, as far as our sport's concerned. Across, you look at the BPL and everything, as we said in past streams. You know, they were 2 really formed players.
Yeah.
Those 2 young fellas. So,
Jamie Lee.
Great shoot. Yeah, good pick up for Saints. But tomorrow night's match will be an interesting one too, guys, because I think last year the record of 10-0 was set by the Marylands Magic. They went 10-0, and tomorrow night, with the Raymond Terrace result tonight, Raymond Terrace will be looking to match that 10-0, and it is up against Marylands. So it's a couple of bit of status. I can't even spit it out.
Statistics.
Yeah, that's it. Too many S's for me.
She sells.
Yeah. I'm not ever going there. But yeah, so some interesting. That'll be a very interesting lineup tomorrow night. No one's three seasons in. No one's done 11-0. Can Raymond Terrace do it?
it looks like they're going to have the opportunity to be the second team to be 10-0. Of course, we had that last year with Marylands before they came here in round 11, and Cabramatta got the win on that occasion.
I think, Lee, there's 2 big incentives for Raymond Terrace, isn't there? So that's probably the minor one. I think Lee hit the nail on the head earlier with the big one, the fact that they can potentially knock Marylands back out of that 5. Like, you'd rather have them out of the 5 if you have to play them in finals than face them in a final, you know. So two really key things to play for there for Raymond Terrace, to keep them up and about in front of their home crowd too. That's another big thing, you know. So lots to play for both teams there tomorrow night. It's going to be a super match.
Jack Smith, does he get past the front?
ripping hard.
Yeah. Not quite. So it will be that Andrew Henry bowl that does hang on to shot.
See that 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗟𝗡 now within 2 shots there for Soldiers. So I think the other 2 Soldiers rinks will be keeping an eye on that and hoping Sheldon can scrape away and get a point. I tell you what, even half a point could matter a lot. That side hasn't changed. It's still ripping across, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Terry Antrim, good line again. Really good line.
Push through that hole. He did. Well, that's 3 shots there. Well, yeah, it is 3. It's Soldiers.
Jack Lewis is under this line again.
One of the few times Aaron Wilson's, I wouldn't say under massive pressure, but he's under. There's a count against him.
He's done it well so far when they're being called for. Mark Conway watching on from Newcastle, one of our great administrators, of course the president of the Greater Newcastle region. Good evening to you, Mark, and yes, you're probably right. Soldiers Point do need a really big run of things to go their way to pull this one out. But they are fighting hard, Chase, of course, to get those statistics or whatever you called them before.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
That's rough.
Oh, yeah. I thought you would have left it 1 match to use it, but anyway.
He said it
My
perfectly
memory's not that
too.
good.
He said it perfectly. He had to get rid of it early.
Aaron looked like he had pretty good weight
I
there.
reckon he will definitely adjust next time, Aaron Wilson. He's got the Jamie Lee Warsnott bowl down the bottom there. The trail it too, so.
Does Leif leave that opportunity there for him or try and beat him to the shot? Well, you know, Wilson's going to be thereabouts. There's a small gap for him to go through. He's not the right weight.
Yeah, I think you try and pick that hole. Probably try and lift that bowler Jamie Lee's once. Give himself a chance.
Can he bend under the green one?
That's what he needs to do.
Doesn't want to get the wrong angle on it now.
Aaron Wilson, can he correct on his first bowl? Weight was good. Just needs to get on this higher line. Touch of jack's good.
Well, he's got the higher line,
Just
but
push through it a
weight.
bit.
It's just going to hold him.
I think the pressure came off a bit. Unfortunately, Selby just catching the wrong part of that bowl. Brought it in for second shot, so it's 1 for Soldiers Point as they enter end number 21. 26 shots to 11. So those other rink scoreboards. 𝗟𝗡𝗨𝗡 closing in on Healy, 15-17. As Tony scares the edge of the rink.
Oh, it's
And
iconic.
it's just fallen over the
There
edge.
we go. Aaron Wilson said just throw it, bring it up. Bring the mat up this time, and the jack's going on the tee.
Well, I think, is he going to get Jamie Lee to pot it?
We might get the chance. Tony might get in there first.
Well, this is true.
He's camping the jack deep, so it's less chance to get a kill.
Yeah. He wants
Just
this
running
finish
on and
now,
on.
doesn't he? Look
That's
at
come down in front of where we are, and that did look like it could have stopped a good 1.5 metres, 2 metres in front of the tee, and it's got all the way there.
I guess this cold weather would help tighten up that carpet too, so it's probably running a bit quicker now than maybe at the start. I don't know if that's how it works or whether the light affects it.
The jack always just moves really quick across this surface, and that's what I said to you before, Jace. I feel sorry for Tony because you're trying everything you can to throw that jack ditch to ditch to get it on the tee and not fall short of the tee, and it's just so slippery. The jack is so slippery, so I do feel for him a little bit, but he's probably lost, 4 or 5 jacks, maybe 6 jacks now, so...
But only just. Just trickled in, haven't they?
Let's start here.
Jamie Lee.
It's going to hang about. It's pulled up quicker than I thought.
Well,
It's
first time
first
tonight.
ball. Yeah, stopped on. Sorry, Jace.
No, first time tonight I can see Warren Shipley has actually crossed his arms. He's finally cold.
He's just realised.
Well, there for Tony Hinton.
Shot.
That's a great shot, Tony Hinton.
What I would say for Warren is his integrity must be high, because a few games we've covered them so far this year, you hear in the background as we're setting up, they've got a fine system in place at Soldiers Point for little odds and ends, that things people do either in the game or on their trips away. So he's obviously not pocketing the fines and buying himself a jumper with that money that's coming in from the other 11 players.
Oh, no, I can see what's happening here. He's fining 11 players for wearing jumpers.
Oh, is that what it is? That'd be a fine tomorrow night, you think?
There you go. There you go.
So, Warren, if you're listening back to this, there's your ammo for tomorrow afternoon's team chat and your fine session.
Maybe you need to go and get a new money tin too, I think, Warren. Did see you had it out this afternoon there before this match, getting everyone to come forward and put their fines in.
Oh, it's a good little way to have a bit of fun and morale, different things. Many years ago when I was playing at Carlingford, 20-odd years ago, we had a sort of fine system through Pennants, and you could lose a certain amount for different shots, and if you lost the big board, etc., that added up to a fine total. But you could never do any more than $5 in a match, and throughout a 10-match season, obviously the maximum being $50, and that got you 2 tickets to the club presentation dinner at the end of the season. So that was their way of doing that and getting people involved. Just still kick on the jack. It is kept in favour of Soldiers Point, but open up the room to draw in. And see on the far rink, Carl Healy there about to step onto the mat. He is a few down, and I think firing pretty firmly. We'll get you that update in a moment once the dust settles on that rink.
He's just slid under there, Jack Smith has. Carl's gone big.
He's reduced the count, so it'll be 1 shot there to the Baggery-Howley rink. By looks of it on that far green as 𝗟𝗓𝗓 just sails through, but in a good receiving position.
Desert just having a little bit of a chuckle to himself. He's had a tough night. You wouldn't meet a better bloke than 𝗟𝗓𝗓, and he'll be happy to get off this rig, I think.
Can he finish with a toucher?
Absolutely.
Kick it back towards his own. A little pocket of bowls in behind.
Well,
The jack of Soldiers Point.
remember last time down this way when Soldiers got a 5? Where was the jack? It was back near the ditch.
Just to miss this bowl of Jack Lewis at the front. He has.
There you
That'll
go.
be in the count. So he holding as many as 5 again, but plenty of room for this Cabra back end to get into the count, and here it is straight away.
He's no longer 5 down now. Will only be 1 to Soldiers. Shot there from Jack Lewis.
Whether Leif did have a quick look at the backhand, going back to get the jack through to the ditch or remove that green bowl. So we've got a slight view of it on screen. He's going to try and just turn the jack on the other side.
Yeah, you can still get around that quite easily, Lee, can't he? Turn back to that jack.
So weight crucial, as it is on every green, I guess, but seems more so here on this side of the ring.
Disco. There we go.
Still 1 to Soldiers Point. The white bowl of 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗨𝗠 still holding.
See much on here for Leif to make a number. He's probably just drawn down to that Aaron Wilson bowl. Pretty hard to get right back down the jack and get it right through, isn't it? So
yeah,
a lot on here, just trying to add, but hasn't been the best night for this Soldiers Point rink, unfortunately. But
stay with us too, viewers. After this end, we are going to move cameras across and catch the end of the action on one of the other 2 rinks here in a moment as Wilson turns their own
what
away.
has happened.
So 1 shot to Soldiers Point.
And they won their last 3 ends. They did.
Finish well. So 26-12 here, and our team are currently relocating some cameras around, so we'll get you some coverage from one of the other rinks in just a moment, so stay with us as the team does that. Just to give you some scores from other venues while we get everything in place. St John's Park 53, currently leading Wenty Leagues 31. 20 ends to go in that game. Raymond Terrace 61-17 in front of Belrose after 45 ends. Maryland's 38-28 in front of East Maitland, also after 45 ends. It's Charlestown 45-37 over Engadine with 15 ends remaining there. And all but done, just a single end remaining at Carlingford. And it is Warilla 71 leading Carlingford 43. Potentially important there for Carlingford. That 1 rink still remaining, 4 shots in front with 1 end to play, which could be crucial for both those 2 sides. As while we get things set up behind the rink, we get you the action there from side on. And Gary, we saw the majority of this rink a few weeks ago when we covered the game at Charlestown between Soldiers Point there with Gavin Kelly, who led really well that morning at Charlestown there earlier in the season.
He certainly did, yeah. He was great up there, and just looking next door, I think the 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡 scored another shot, so they're 1 shot behind after 18 ends now, 17-16, and holding shot on the head at the moment.
Well, this one here is actually 19-15, so there was a 3 on this end. On this rink there was previous end, so that should read 19-15 in favour of Nick Carl. So that brings this rink into an equation of a point as well, really. So
Adam Gleeson, terrific shot.
Yep.
Former teammate of Gary Willis.
Yep, many moons ago, as his big bushy grey beard shows. He's a fantastic player, Adam Gleeson. He could have been anything early on. Career got in the way, work got in the way. It's great to see him back out playing at the highest level in this great competition.
pretty simple, compact delivery he's got, actually. Not
Yeah.
a lot can go wrong with that.
Hasn't changed too much over the years.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed too much. It probably bent the knees a little bit more, you know, when they're a bit more fluid. But no, it's still pretty much exactly the same. He's a really good player, as is this fellow, James Reynolds.
Yeah, another current world champion, of course, from Successful campaign on the Gold Coast in 2023. Just floats past.
Good seconds bowls, so just past the head. Although he's playing third tonight, actually, isn't he, Jimmy?
No, he's in the 2 position.
Oh yes, he is. Sorry, Jay Bruce up there.
He's third on the mat.
Good seconds bowls, good weight, just giving them a chance down through there.
One world champion follows another with 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗏 on the mat. World fours, Gary, I think was that 2016 from memory, the Christchurch
correct
edition. Beat Australia in the final, of course, that campaign.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it, Lee.
No.
Thanks for mentioning it. Now it's getting flashbacks, nightmares. They were super impressive that day, the Kiwis. They were amazing, yeah.
Ran up a score in the end from memory and just couldn't do a thing wrong. Joe Bruce just going to go underneath the line there, so still shot for Soldiers Point. First one of Blake's just caught on the bowls at the back, so just needs to take a fraction of weight off here.
Soldiers Point's picked up another 2 and hit the front and far rink. Cal Hilly had a bit of room to cut it back and failed with both bowls. Good shot here.
Oh, there's a couple of shots here to Soldiers as well.
It's getting interesting again, fellas.
Well,
this is on tenterhooks. It's anything between a 10-0 and an 8-2. All possible here at the moment. Bowler 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏's just dropped down in front of the Jack 2, just as Jay Bruce was about to let go. It's firm weight from Bruce.
He doesn't like it. He's missed on the high side. Pressure mounting.
See the yellow bowl at the back of the rink. That is a Cabramatta bowl belonging to their lead, Mick Phillips. 2 ends to go here in both these rinks. Onto the mat now for Soldiers Point, Brad Pavey, one of their marquee players. And from talking to a few of the Soldiers Point competitors so far, he would rank highly if they were having a Players Player award. All reports tell me he's been sensational so far this season.
Well, that's what you want from your marquees, isn't it?
Yeah,
what a shot.
He's a talent, Lee, that is for sure, and a great
shot.
Young fella too. Really good guy. He can play.
See that replay come to the count. Let you know Nick Cale's already delivered his bowl. He's gone firm at this as we come back to live pitches. He finds that gap. So at least 2, potentially 3 here for Soldiers Point. 1 bowl left each for the 2 skips here on end number 20.
Having a look at this third shot, having a close look.
Not quite.
Hands were moving. I think 3 might have been the indication there. Looks, obviously we're slightly side on with that camera. Will be directly behind the rink for end number 21. Just the players are already in position there, so we didn't want to disturb them. But not much of a target to fire at for Nick. Probably about a bowl and a half wide. So sure they're conscious not to widen the target.
Yeah, yep. It's interesting. Cabra's either got 3rd and 5th or 4th and 5th. And it looks like they're looking at this yellow bowl. It's an interesting shot. Like 2, if they were 3.
Changed, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's changed back to just drawing
I
one
think
in there.
Yeah, I'm glad he has, because really, even if they pick up a 2, he's big, so I'd hate to see him play something and just go astray. And
just played a bomb there too.
Yeah, 100%. He's played a really good shot. He's only got to beat. He knows he's got to beat the green bowl.
Doesn't want to touch anything here. may have.
Might have made sure of that third shot.
I think he has
falling
made sure
back.
of it.
Yeah, yep.
Ben in the comments saying it'd be great to hear from Disco about some of the things that were chatted amongst the team. And absolutely agree with you, Ben, but given the state of these other two rinks, the Cabra rink that's finished is in behind and cheering on their respective players, so I don't want to disturb them while they're out supporting their team.
Nick going big again.
Well, that was awfully close to the jack, just reading body language behind. So 2 already removed, and there'll be a measure for the third. So Pavey will at least get to 17.
This is big for Cabra too, you know, they're wanting the 10-0. 2 it is.
Yeah, there's a big difference between walking away, you know, 5 or 6 ends ago, they had a really good advantage, looking like 10-0, but to then walk away with an 8-2, they'd be absolutely gutted by that. You know?
Absolutely. But, you know, to Soldiers' Point's credit, you know, they've hung tough, they have on those other 2 rinks.
So number 21, 19-17, gents. And of course, it's going to be Cabramatta with last bowl. But can Soldiers Point do enough early on to give themselves a chance for the multiple?
I'm really glad that wind's picked up again, fellas. It's so nice and refreshing, isn't it? Oh. Jace, I don't know how you're in short sleeves, mate. I should have lent you one of my 3 jumpers that I've got on.
Yeah, well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Going to the shops to buy a jumper.
Absolutely. Well, that'll be mid-20s at Newcastle tomorrow, won't it, Lee? Hey? No wind.
Let's hope so, yeah. And of course, just a reminder of our feature game tomorrow. Once again, Raymond Terrace up against Merrylands. It'll be 6 o'clock New South Wales time, so make the appropriate adjustments if you are in a different time zone. 2 teams well and truly wanting a good performance, for one to keep their unbeaten streak alive and the other potentially needing a win there to keep themselves in finals contention.
The Soldiers Point team on the far rink against 𝗟𝗓𝗪. 𝗟𝗓𝗪 holding 2 or 3 again. 𝗟𝗓𝗪 has 2 bowls remaining.
Yeah, it looks like bowls are pretty spread. So there's been some jack movement there on that rink. So some things to negotiate around the front of the jack. Keep you posted with those last few bowls there as Reynolds just over with that one. Gleeson trying hard with this one.
Gleeson, he got a little bit of jack, and 𝗟𝗓𝗪's floated through, so still a good 4 or 5 there to Soldiers Point.
I think so. I think you're right there, Jace. It's going to be a big shot, his last bowl.
It might even need us. I'm sure the either silence or huge cheers are going to tell the story with that last Healy bowl.
Yep.
Jimmy Reynolds, yeah, he's going to pull up in a nice little spot there, matching those 2 green ones.
I think Sheldon's in. It could be possibly 6 or 7 over there, actually, guys. But
he's got a heap of room. He's probably got 2.5 feet either side of the jack. He's certainly backed his weight off.
There's Blake's signal with his one.
Karen's calling this one up. Calling it up.
Yeah, He's certainly cut a few out.
Well, if not drawn the shot, and I'll tell you what, a shot bowl is about 2 foot away at least.
Yeah.
You don't see that happen too often.
He made second shot, so it is 1 there to 𝗥𝗡𝗨𝗘. So they'll go into the last end. 2 shots in front on that rink.
Soldiers boys are giving them a big cheer too, so they know how important that rink point is.
Saw the game we're covering here. The attempt from Blake's signal to try and sit the bowler trail the jack. Good weight just on the outside. So 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗧 needing to get another one in the area. Looks to have played it pretty well.
A good shot here.
This is good.
You know, it's a good bad shot, isn't it? He couldn't have played it any better, but it's just really looks juicy there now, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, big shout out to the production crew again. We've got both rinks covered here. This is fantastic.
You can see in the background there, camera operator set in behind the Healy rink for their 21st end, ready to go. That'll be the direction of play over there.
Brilliant.
There's Blake's signal, firm weight, looking for the jack.
Well, get both of them.
Jack.
Well,
cleared out a couple of their own, but they do now have second and third again, and 2 bowls just passed.
Put the repeat button on here. 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗧, if he do the same, or pretty close to, certainly help the cause. Cabra teammates like it. He's done it again. Good shot.
So the bowl onto the jack, not a result that works in favour of Soldiers' points.
not at all.
Needs to get that perfect angle between those 2 bowls. Amazing draw shots from 𝗟𝗡𝗧.
He's 2 now, so he needs to rip these 2. Get the bowls clean. Get the jack hopefully out of bounds. Ooh,
well, his mate's out of it. How's your luck?
Wow.
Short bowl onto the shots. Hit the jack onto one of the back bowls. You'll see it here. The 2 short Gavin Kelly bowls onto the bowl of 𝗟𝗡𝗧. Jack ricochets back to James Reynolds, blue and white, and settles in amongst the 2 lime green Soldiers' Point bowls belonging to Adam Gleeson.
Nick Carl has 2 bullets though, so does get a say in what happens here.
So at the moment, as it sits, this rink is a tie. Nick Cale needs to pull up. He's carrying speed here.
He is carrying some speed, or he needs to land something.
Well, such a hard mindset one, Gary, isn't it? You held a really good 2 and the opposition gets that fortunate result just to try and...
You can just see it in the body language. It's really rattled him when he had to play that shot. So,
just showing you that early setup there next door. We'll come back now for Brad Pavey's second bowl.
Big chance here. Draw this in, hold the rink win.
Yeah, how big's a front toucher here?
Oh, huge, isn't it?
Back toucher.
Well, tell you what, he looks
just
pretty
needs
well
to
weighted
stop.
too.
Yeah, needs to pull up now. Wanted to miss the jack, and he has done.
He's sitting for 3, so...
I think he thought he had the jack there. He missed that. So they hold 3 and a rink point. Well,
it's huge. Nick Carl.
Big moment.
And this one wouldn't be feeling too good in the hand after the way the first one came out. It was sailing by about 8 feet.
After 16 ends, Nick Cale, 19-10 he led. He's now down match on this rink. Does he make contact with anything?
He needs some contact.
Yeah,
he's got fresh air, and that, everybody.
Well, there's a point for Soldiers. As I said, 19-10. This rink was down, and they've won the last 5 ends, including 3, 2 and 3 on the final 3 ends to get the point, 20 shots to 19.
That is huge. That is a huge comeback and a huge, huge result for the club. So
absolutely. For both clubs, really, Gaz, you know.
Yeah.
Cabramatta pushing up into the 5-4 and pushing up into that 3 and 2. That puts a little chink in that, I guess. That 1 point could. But
yep.
Benny Moorthorpe. Oh, he's got it down
He's
to...
kicked it out to Mark Shepherd's bowl for Soldiers Point. So that red one, holding shot as Warren Shipley, we weren't telling you fibs in these freezing conditions. He didn't have a jumper on. He tries to draw up close here on his forehand.
He's close too. Yep, well, he's in. That's 2 to Soldiers Point there.
And they, of course, now lead by 2 on this rink. So
this is a huge effort from this rink too, considering they're missing a player. Indy Conlon hasn't been able to make it today. And, you know, they're holding this rink at bay and in front.
Absolutely.
After coming from behind. So it's a really good effort.
So Karen, I'm sure, will be just trying to sit the shot bowls or trail the jack through, if not finish behind.
She would have come across this a few times in her career, I'd imagine, a shot like this. So, she's just gone on by.
She had to play a trail shot like that. I think it was at the 2016 World Singles Final to trail the jack to a score of 4, I think, when she was on 17 to go out. I'm sure Warren will be a slightly softer version of the shot that Karen was trying to play. Turn the jack in behind his own or slip past. And he's done the second part.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot. It just makes the weight more crucial now. So
we didn't hear that call from Carl Healy for Karen was to play a similar weight. You sit one of the bowls, hang in there in the area, or trail the jack to your own. She's definitely on a tighter line. What does she find?
Oh.
That's
a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a tough result to find that gap. And I'm sure now with the 2 deepest bowls in the rink, either Sheldon with his first or second needs to go further back. You see that on the replay there from Karen Murphy. Threaded the needle. Only saving grace is the fact that they do have the 2 deepest bowls.
Spaggery Howley, he'd be looking at, okay, what do we do here? Where's the danger? Can't afford to drop a 1. Still get his ring up.
Does he try and hide the jack first and cover with his last?
That's what I was thinking too. Or does he trail that jack first and just make it near impossible for Carl? Carl's chasing 3 for the ring.
He's going deep, so he's taken that option with the first and get between the 2 green ones, and it's a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, it's actually a really bad setup for Carl, this, because he hasn't, you know, I mean, he could get both bowls, which is a difficult shot in itself, but still leave Sheldon a lot of room to then draw another shot. But he's sort of in between, isn't he, you know? So am I going for the jack? Am I going for both the bowls? Which one is it?
And it's such a hard setup too, Gary, given the way things are going in the season. He's playing for 2
really
enough.
Big, guys. I think he must be looking for a kill. He's got it.
Jack off.
He's got it, so he's giving his team an opportunity.
Off the green, and we'll see which way they play. We may have to get some cameras moving around. No, they are going to play in the same direction and take their bowls back. You see on the replay
Soldiers
there.
Point, I would be too after that setup.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was just saying, I wondered for Carl there, Gary, whether he's playing for 2 enough at the moment. It's so hard to know with things on the ladder, whether not been a knockout match. Is half a point enough? Do you need the full point?
Yeah, yep. That's the other thing, wasn't it? So he had no option there to like, he would have been struggling to make it 2 anyway, wouldn't he? So he really needed that jack out of bounds. So,
well, that was the shot, wasn't it? Even if he got the jack right in the middle, he was going to hold 2 at the back of the rink, 1 bowl left each. Wherever Sheldon put his, he'd have to try and sit it through or get it away for the count of 3. And we knew this game was out of touch from a masterboard point, but once again, we said Soldiers Point, 5 losses. They've not been beaten by more than 10 shots yet in the season, and they've fired back again late in this game.
Yeah,
so, they're 11 behind there at the moment.
They fought their way back in. It was like 26 at one stage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
56,
30.
It was nearly 30 shots. 29, I think it was, at the most. 29 shots. So this is big.
Daniel Clark letting things off for Soldiers Point. Thankfully enough for our wonderful team and crew at the venue, we've been able to capture coverage across all 3 rinks.
Yeah, it's
this
great.
evening.
Yeah, it's been good work actually by the production crew. Sensational.
See Jessica Tell leading up for the Bullants. Matt back and short jack here on the final end, the choice of Soldiers Point. We do have our first result confirmed. It is Wirrilla Gorillas 71-46 over Carlingford. That's 9 points to 1, so there was a solitary rink win for Carlingford in that one. So that'll keep Wirrilla up in that top 3 at the conclusion of this round. Raymond Terrace and St John's Park also looking like commanding winners. Raymond Terrace 37 in front. St John's Park 28 in front at the moment. So they look like pushing away for a win.
Yeah, it sounds like that top 4 is starting to make a big gap in the rest of the field, isn't it? Maryland's, if they now, depending on the Wenny result, Maryland's get a 10-0 result, or points could be all even after this round, Lee. And come down to margins.
Just looking at those rink boards at the moment, it is Maryland's 12 in front of East Maitland with 10 ends to go, but there is one commanding East Maitland win. So Wenny Leagues will retain their place in the 5 tonight, which makes that game even more important for Maryland's tomorrow. If they happen to lose 10-0 tomorrow, that would take it out of their own hands going into the last round. See Mark Shepherd sneaking up on his backhand. We've mentioned a few of the others that like the cold weather. Mark, for quite a few years in Lithgow, so he'd be well adept to these conditions as well.
He'd be used to it. This is right at home. Yeah.
No wonder he's even got a jumper on. He'd be on.
Benny Moorthorpe.
Cabramatta trying to change something here, but did he get the shot with that?
He might be close to shot, yeah. Shipney's close. Get up to the orange bowl.
Well,
that'll do it.
Shot, Shippo.
He's probably made it back to 3 or 4 there.
That could nearly go on the highlights reel for Bowls New South Wales, that one by Shippo.
That's the bowl of the year.
Maybe we just clip it and give it to him as his own personal highlight then.
Well, he's got a direct link to the production boxes. They've brought the replay up of it.
Good man, Shippo.
The jack's well and truly available later on in the end. So Carl asking Karen to try and trail this jack through. If she misses, he's got the opportunity to try the same, or he's got clear access to the jack to kill the end if he needs to later on.
She's found fresh air again, Karen. She did it previous as well. Unlucky, but you're right. Finishes in a good home.
She's probably aiming for those gaps, you know, probably aiming for those holes. Yeah.
She's that good.
Yeah. Shippo, can he do it again?
Well, change of plan. They're trying to get toward the back of the rink. Well, he's not going to do that.
He said no. Denied. I'm just going to draw another one.
Go to the margin.
Do what you want, Shippo. Shippo, you do you.
So, similar weight for Karen. Just trying to trail the jack 2 or 3 metres. And they'll hold all the shots they need.
Yeah, and it's going to make that bowl of Shippo's really crucial if she does get it. She hasn't.
Sheldon's got to play 2 cover bowls here.
Yeah.
Carl's not going to get any more than 2 where the jack currently sits.
I think they need to sort of get somewhere near Karen's first bowl, do they?
Yeah, that's exactly right. How does it get there, though?
He's up into the breeze. How far has he pushed this?
I think he's done pretty well.
Sheldon's done this.
I think that's pretty good because even the splasher jack sideways is pretty.
It's pretty hard to get that jack straight down the line into a good position of 2 there for Cabra, isn't it? I don't see how it's getting there at all.
Might be 2 direct fires at the jack here from Healy.
Could be another, all right, we need to kill it and go again.
Yeah.
Very good forehand drive, Carl Healy.
Missed it.
Move some balls around. The 2 red ones now might have just opened up some angles where those bowls would get away. They were pretty well locked in, those front ones, but he got all the back ones away.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting, isn't it? Because 2 green bowls of Karen Murphy's are probably the 2 best backwoods. So if Sheldon does draw another shot and the jack goes straight back into the ditch, he could make 3, Carl.
Be looking for the tee here, wouldn't you, if you're Sheldon?
Well, I think he's chosen the opposite way, Chase, and trying to get another one in the area.
He is, and they've got the 2 best backs. So
if Carl can ride the jack over the top of the pack. He's trying to eliminate the 2 red bowls being removed. So he's done what he intended to do.
Yeah, he
fair
has.
Enough. Yep.
He has, and now Carl can get this jack.
Just needs to ride the jack over the pack.
Well, not only that, that's a 𝗟𝗓𝗘𝗏 bowl behind there, which could quite easily be pushed through as well. So,
yep. I mean, if he kills it, we start again.
Absolutely.
But if he gets it perfect. I don't think there's much to talk about here. I think it's you're getting the jack.
I guess the only other possible option is whether they're trying to strike Sheldon's last bowl to get the 2 reds. Is that an option at all, or is it just purely for the jack? As we said, Carl's bowl, if he hits the jack, is almost certainly connecting something else.
Unless he plays that real solid weight to get under the bowl of 𝗟𝗓𝗘𝗏's and get sort of solid enough to get back into the ditch in bounds, but
just going by some footwork there, I think he's going for the 3 bowls.
He's missed.
He's got the gap.
Well, there we go.
So, amazing fight back there from Soldiers Point. They've come away with 2 rink points, and they leave tonight with probably a little bit more pep in their step than Cabramatta, even though it's been a convincing win for the Bullants.
It was, and what a great fight back there for Soldiers Point. Like the whole game, it was all one side. Everything was Cabramatta, and it was all based on this Aaron Wilson rink. Yes, the other 2 rinks were doing a bit of a job, but hats off to Soldiers Point. They've kept their season alive and their hopes of staying out of the relegation area alive. It's just with those 2 rinks tonight, and once again, it just puts a highlight on how important every single point is that you can get.
And Gaz, it is your home side Bullants that do get the win. They go now to 6 wins and 3 losses, and well entrenched within that top 5 at the moment.
Yeah, I think I said it earlier. You know, they'll be gutted by that, to lose those 2 rinks, to really set themselves up to get higher in that top 5. Soldiers Point, hats off. I think they were tremendous in that fight. You know, that was really good to see, really good for their club. Obviously so important towards the end of the year. And again, another single-digit loss in their first year of the Platinum. It's a really good effort, and they can sort of hold their heads really high, and I hope they take that into their last 2 games and perform as well as they have tonight.
And before we wrap things up, just one last push around the grounds. I can let you know the 11 v 12 game. Charlestown hosting Engadine. 7 ends to go. Charlestown 48, Engadine 47. So Engadine, of course, pushing for their first win, and Charlestown desperate for a win to find their way out of the bottom 2. Maryland's 8 shots in front of East Maitland with 7 ends to go. And we will see a convincing win for Raymond Terrace. Over 40 shots now in front of Belrose. And St John's Park, a miraculous score there at the moment. 66 shots to 35. And that's 2 rinks at the moment leading for Wenty Leagues. However, Ben Twist rink, 34 shots to 1 in front of Jacob Nelson after 16 ends. So St John's Park.
I'm going to go try and watch that. I wonder if it's a live stream rink. I want to know what's happening there.
So big result. And of course tomorrow we have round 10 coverage. TB Platinum Pennant once again under lights, primetime viewing. 6 p.m. start, New South Wales time, Raymond Terrace, Marylands. And Gary, since you won't be with us tomorrow, can we put you on the spot now for a tip in that one?
I'm going to sit on the fence as always, but I would certainly say it would be hard to go past the Jets. Lots to play for, as we mentioned earlier. A win against Marylands is going to make it really tough for them to make the 5. Home ground advantage, 11 in a row. It's all there for them to play for, so they'd be hard to stop, I reckon, at home tomorrow.
And Jace, you'll, of course, make the trip north with me tomorrow. We'll be back in action for that big blockbuster. And final thoughts from you, Jace, on what we've seen here this evening at Cabramatta.
What I've saw this evening is a Cabramatta side that showed their full potential and can be an absolute powerhouse, but then Soldiers Point also showed why they're in this competition. So I think Soldiers Point deserve to stay in Platinum Pennant for Season 4. They've still got a bit of work to do, but I think they've shown they've got enough metal amongst them all to be in this competition and to grow and go better. So,
terrific effort. Thank you both, Gary Willis, Jason Pinnock, for joining me tonight. Just a reminder, of course, 2 matches already completed, but 4 games still remaining. All those scores available to you via the Bowls Link app, so results.bowlslink.com.au, and of course they'll be posted on the Bowls New South Wales Facebook page at the conclusion of all games this evening. So that wraps up our coverage. Big thanks once again to our team for shifting those cameras, giving you action right until the 63rd end was completed. But for all of us here at Cabramatta, a very good night, and we look forward to your company once again tomorrow.